Pittsburgh's Mario Lemieux and Chicago's Denny Savard are currently 1-2 in the NHL scoring race. Savard, the slick Blackhawks center, overtook Wayne Gretzky earlier this week. Gretzky, of course, is still out of the Edmonton Oilers lineup with an abrasion of his right eye. The first period action is coming up. This is your OV NHL hockey telecast on CFMT.
Around here, we got the time of day. Time to stop, time to say hello. Around here, it's always been that way. The finest people that you ever want to know. And the beer around here is OV, my friend. You know a beer around here is OV. Around here, our beer's OV.
We're all set now for the first period of play from the Chicago Stadium. Let's join the Pittsburgh Penguins broadcast team of Mike Lang and Paul Steigerwald.
It's a hockey afternoon in Pittsburgh. Today from Chicago Stadium, the Penguins meet the Chicago Blackhawks. Hello again, everybody, and welcome to Chicago. I'm Mike Lang, and today the Penguins trying to work their way out of the bottom spot right now in the Patrick division. The Penguins have lost 5 in a row. They're currently tied with the New Jersey Devils with 59 points apiece. The Rangers have moved ahead of both the Devils and the Penguins. The Rangers and the Devils are idle, and the Penguins have an opportunity to jump by those two teams this afternoon. Paul Steigerwald is with us. Of course, the Penguins have done pretty well against the Blackhawks this year, winning 2, but Mario Lemieux right now in his quest trying to set a new Penguin record as far as goals scored in the season.
That's right, Mike. I think with the 5-game losing streak, you tend to forget things like that. And I know Mario's has team goals right now, but Mario Lemieux does have a chance to break Rick Kehoe's single-season scoring record of 55 goals, which Kehoe set in the 80-81 season. And we asked Rick Kehoe to comment on the prospect of Mario breaking that record here today.
Well, records are meant to be broken. I think that, it was just a matter of time before Mario was going to break the record. And he would have broke it last year, but he missed 17 games. And we like to get it over with like today and maybe let it be the winner today.
Of course, the big thing, Mike, is the fact that Mario Lemieux wants to get the goals to get a win here today. The Penguins need to do that, and Rick Kehoe, of course, is aware of that also.
Well, he enters the game with 54. He needs 55 to tie Kehoe. But the Blackhawks have a tremendous center iceman here in Chicago by the name of Denny Savard. And unless you weren't watching, Savard has now passed up Wayne Gretzky in the scoring race and is now second behind Mario Lemieux. Gretzky, of course, not playing in this game, and Savard with a brilliant move against the Oilers on Wednesday night, taking the lead into second place over Gretzky with this fabulous goal right here at the stadium in Chicago. So the Penguins will be matching up against a very tough center iceman than Denny Savard. Interestingly now, the Penguins are going to go back as we get some final comments on the goaltending. Frank Pietrangelo is going to go this afternoon in the net for the fans against Darren Pang of the Hawks.
Well, the reason for that, Mike, is that Frank Pietrangelo is in goal both times the Penguins beat the Hawks this year, and last time they were in this stadium, they beat them 8-4, and Pietrangelo played extremely well. So I think Pierre Kramer, realizing that the Hawks are going to come out storming, Pietrangelo, good reflex goaltender, will be able to handle it. He's been here before, and he should be ready to go.
Nice Sunday afternoon game. Sit back, relax, and enjoy it with us all coming up right here on the Penguins Hockey Network.
Air Canada to Europe. This is what other muffler shops give you free with one of their brake jobs. And this is what Speedy gives you free with one of our brake jobs. 2 heavy-duty shocks installed. So now, whether you come to Speedy or go someplace else, all depends on which freebie you prefer. The Speedy Brake Special, a brake job for as low as $64.95 and 2 free shocks. More proof that at Speedy, you're a somebody.
I think we better continue this discussion in the morning. Right now, I am so angry I could strangle you. Let's go to bed.
Right. Tony Danza stars in Who's the Boss? Weeknights at 6:30 on Channel 47, Cable 4.
Once every 4 years, the power, the prestige, the glory of Olympic competition. Make your memories of Canada's first Olympic Winter Games last a lifetime. Captured forever in proof sterling silver. Collect the official Calgary 1988 commemorative coins, available at all Royal Bank branches, selected retailers, and coin dealers, and share the glory. Performance. For some people, it's more than a passion. It's a way of life. Well, for all those people for whom performance really counts, there's Speed Stick Plus antiperspirant. It's the wide stick, glides on fast and dry for all-day protection against wetness and odor. Performance. You demand it from yourself. Demand it from your antiperspirant. Speed Stick Plus, the wide stick.
By Menon.
World class to Europe and return with flying colors.
Well, the referee for this afternoon's game will be Bob Hall, and the two linesmen, Jerry Pateman and Dan Shackney. Frank Pietrangelo will be the starting netminder today for the Pittsburgh Penguins.
Pietrangelo with a record of 9-9, a 3.75 goals against average, a save percentage of .873. That's dropped quite a bit. He started 6 straight games, and then Steve Gannett started against the Rangers. Darren Pang starts against the Penguins. 5.5 goaltender. He is one of the top goaltenders in the league in terms of save percentage. A record of 15-15-1 and a 3.64 goals against average.
Penguins won here 8-3 on January 20th. Let me correct something, too, in the outset of the opening of the broadcast. We told you New Jersey and the Rangers were idle. Well, New Jersey is playing this afternoon. They were in the first period in their game against Minnesota at the Brendan Byrne Arena, and they are tied at 3. Minnesota and New Jersey tied at 3. We'll keep you posted on that game throughout this one. We're underway as Bob Hall drops the puck. The Hawks coming to the Penguin line, and they're offside as they break into the zone. The Penguins starting Dan Quinn at center with Randy Cunneyworth on the left wing, and the right winger is Dan Frawley. And Coach Pierre Kramer going to go and mix the lines up a little bit again today. You'll have Lemieux playing with Bob Erie and Robbie Brown on the right wing. Goddess with Hunter and Erickson, and Charlie Simmer at center with Troy Loney and Jimmy Mann. Dahlquist, the Penguin defenseman, scratched along with Mark Kachowski and Perry Ganchar. And for the Chicago Blackhawks, they have Troy Murray out here with Dirk Graham and Everett Santapass. And the Hawks from the face-off bring it to the Penguins in. Troy Murray down the near side. He's the leading scorer so far for the Hawks against the Penguins in the 2 games. Paul Coffey has been really something against the Hawks as a hat-trick against them. Nyland fires that puck from the left point for the Chicago Blackhawks, but controlled now by Dan Quinn. Jim Johnson sails it ahead, and it comes back deep into the Chicago zone. We have played just 40 seconds of the first period. The Penguins and the Blackhawks, final minute of the year. Now Gary Nyland of Chicago comes to center. Shoot it inside the Penguin line. Coffey takes the puck. Wrap it ahead to Dan Frawley of Pittsburgh. Decked out of the flank and goal to Cunneyworth on the left wing. And his hard slap shot from 45. And Pang makes his first save of the afternoon off his right pad. Rebound gathered in by the Hawks. And Denny Savard is center. For the circle to take that puck into the Penguins in. The matchup has Lemieux against Savard. That ought to be a dandy if it goes all day. Lemieux with the puck in center. Swinging ahead to Bob Erie. Right side of Brown. And Lemieux is pulled down. No penalty call to Savard. Got a piece of Mario Lemieux. Cutting for the net. The Hawks counterattack. They'll come to center. Steve Larmer. Bounce it up into the right wing corner of the Penguin zone. Coffey takes command of it. Outlet pass. Look out. Here's Lemieux. Left side. 2-on-2 with Brown. Lemieux cuts across the ice on the Hawks. And he's got a chance. He's right in. His shot was stopped by Pang in the rebound. Falls to the left of the Chicago goal. Boy, they had Lemieux to just mesmerize people. Left point. Here's Searin firing. That's off the body of Steve Larmer. And they're carrying back to center ice. Boy, Mario Lemieux took that puck in, and nobody came around him at all. He just walked in as they stack it up on the boards in front of the Chicago bench area. But Mario Lemieux with a tremendous rush, and the Hawks, I think, thought everybody else was going to take him, and Mario almost scored.
Mario Lemieux had some help from Robbie Brown, who went to the net. And I'm wondering, that shot got through Brown somehow, and Pang must have gotten a piece of it, but it was strange. It almost looked like it might have hit Robbie Brown cutting in front of the goaltender. Then Lemieux put it back to Searin, and Searin made a good play, too, because he took the slap shot. It was blocked, but he took the man right away, Larmer, so that he couldn't break up ice and maybe have a breakaway in behind Searin.
Well, I think a shot by Lemieux hit the right pad of Darren Pang and then bounced to the left, and Robbie Brown was going in. He just couldn't keep control of his body to get an opportunity on the rebound. Dumped into the Chicago end. Pang, very good with the stick around the right side to Dwayne Sutter. We haven't seen him yet this year. He missed 30 games with a knee injury. The former New York Islander. Out here for the Hawks. And the Hawks, Glenn Cochran now plays it back to center. Doug Bodger with the Penguins looking for Dave Hunter. Not there, and Bob Murray whacks it up over the glass and up into the seats. And we'll get a face-off coming up at center ice with 17:56 to go in the first period. Let's check the goal getter.
Our Giant Eagle goal-getter contestant in the first period is Ralph Butera of Pittsburgh. And Ralph has chosen Dan Quinn as his goal-getter. $600 worth of groceries in the jackpot for Ralph. Dan Quinn can score here, and Ralph will win the groceries.
Brian Noonan now at center ice for the Hawks. Wayne Presley on the right wing and David Mackey on the left side. Mackey, a 11th round draft choice of the Blackhawks. 6'3", 190-pounder, pretty tough. Brian Noonan, an American, and Presley on that right wing. The puck moved to the Penguins in. The Penguins counter it here with Goddess, Dave Hunter, and Brian Erickson. The Penguins slip it back into Chicago ice, and Darren Pang throws it behind the net, and he kind of 9-ironed it up over the glass. And again, another face-off coming up in Chicago territory. Chicago Blackhawks 18-11-2. Brian Noonan out of Boston, Massachusetts. 9th-round draft choice in '83. He's played well against the Penguins. Played very well in the game in Pittsburgh. The Penguins won 4-2 on the 30th of January. Bobby Murdoch, the head coach.
Now, Murdoch was an assistant with Bob Johnson in Calgary in his first year here behind the bench. He played with the Montreal Canadiens in 2 Stanley Cup finals, and both against the Chicago Blackhawks. Speaking of Montreal, Pierre Kramer, formerly with the Sherbrooke Canadiens, Montreal's farm team.
Pang's going to get a penalty for another game. Pang is going to get a penalty for golfing that puck right out of the off the ice surface into the seats. 2:19 the time. I'll tell you, I don't think that was so much intentional, at least in my opinion. He went behind the net, and I think that Pang just got too much stick under it. Going from behind, but it's a delay of game penalty against the Blackhawks. They're shorthanded. Presley has to serve the penalty. He was on the ice when the penalty was issued to the goaltender. And now the Hawks drop it into the Penguins in. The Penguins have been very successful in the power play against Chicago this year. And Paul Coffey leads the rush back. Coffey to center to Dan Quinn. Quinn on here with Charlie Simmer and Mario Lemieux, but Chicago handles the puck in its own end and clears the zone. And Coffey has to retreat one more time, but Doug Bodger working the left point. Out on the right side to Simmer, trying to tap it ahead of the Chicago in, and he can't do it. The Hawks break up the play. Chicago will change penalty killers now. Put some new troops out. Denny Savard to Steve Larmer, and Denny Savard very dangerous in scoring shorthanded goals. The Hawks have 15 on the year. Set a new Chicago record. Shorthanded goals has Savard. Lemieux again to the Penguins in. The Penguins haven't really been able to get in and around the Chicago goal at all here. With 1:05 to go in the penalty. Lifted back into the Chicago end. Might be icing, and it is. David Manson from the Penguin power play. Really nothing to write home about at the moment. They just haven't been able to really get across the Chicago line and get set up at all.
Well, let's not forget what happened to the Penguins in New York the other night. 0 for 5, a 5-minute major penalty called against the Rangers, and the Penguins were unable to score on the power play. They did have some chances against the Rangers, but imagine there could be some residual effect from that. Let's see what happens here in this first power play chance. We saw Mario Lemieux carrying the puck up ice in that opportunity, and you'll rarely see that on the power play. Normally he's ahead of the play, and Coffey will carry it, but that time Lemieux looking to headman the puck as he came out of his own zone.
Lemieux now going with Randy Cunneyworth and Rob Brown on the front line. Searin will take the other point. Bodger sits down, and Coffey stays on. And out to center it comes to Robbie Brown for the Penguins are called for icing. Goes to Lemieux, looks for room to get in, and he can't. The Hawks are standing the Penguins up nicely at the blue line. And Lemieux, a lead pass to Cunneyworth behind the defense. Walks in, his shot. He's stopped by Pang. Big save, now knocked in. Did it go in? No, they say the face-off will be called for to the right of goaltender Darren Pang. Bob Hall says no goal. He blew the whistle. The Penguins knocked it in. Darren Pang over to say something. Lemieux comes over to talk to Bob Hall. The Penguins reacted very quickly, but Pang made the save on Cunneyworth and held it long enough. What a big save that was.
Yeah, somehow he got his arm on it or something underneath the body as Cunneyworth tried to swing around him and put it down on the stick side down low. He didn't lift the puck. He just kept it along the ice. And Pang was able to somehow get his stick over in his arm and block that shot. And Bob Hall lost sight of the puck and blew the whistle. Lemieux came in and poked it free. He saw the puck, but Bob Hall was coming down the boards on the left side and did not see it, blew the whistle for no goal.
Well, I think he made the right call there. If you can't see it, that's the first thing you learned. So Pang smothering up, stopping Cunneyworth. What a great pass by Lemieux to spring him in behind the defense. And here are the Penguins again with a great scoring opportunity. It goes for naught. Give Pang some credit. Big save. The early going with 41 seconds to go on the penalty to Chicago goaltender Pang, and he's making up for the delay of game penalty. Right in behind the Chicago net. Lemieux trying to get it over to Cunneyworth, and again it's out of play. As it hit a stick and caroms up into the seats here at the stadium. We've got a large crowd on hand here today, standing room only, to see the Penguins and the Blackhawks at the stadium in Chicago.
Well, the last 2 power play goals the Penguins have scored have been disallowed. Paul Coffey fired one from the point the other night against New York. Charlie Simmer deflected it out of the air with a high stick. It was ruled no goal. And now the same thing here today, a different situation.
Penguins trying to get it going back on the road. They're 1-5 in their last 6. They've lost 5 in a row. Lemieux now swinging over to Searin in the Chicago end. Trying to leave it around the net for Cunneyworth and stolen by Bob Murray, and he will get it out of his own territory with 18 seconds to go on the penalty. Well, this seems like a long power play for the Penguins. Here's Coffey rushing up ice. Boy, he must love this ice. He is flying here again. Coffey shooting on Pang, and he makes the save. Off his glove. He has scored against Pang on a goal that hit the stick of Pang and jumped over his shoulder the last time in. Penalty is almost over. Presley ready to come on. The Penguins in the power play. Coffey, center point, shoots. Deflected on Pang. He makes the save. Now the rebound in behind the Chicago goal. Murray tries to clear. Can't do it. The Hawks back to equal strength. Cunningham right point to Sear it. Into the near corner for Robbie Brown. Goes behind the Chicago goal for Pittsburgh. Over to Lemieux. Penguins, remember, at equal strength with the Hawks, but they're playing like they've got a power play still. Chicago can't clear. And finally, Dwayne Sutter does get it back to center off the skates of linesman Dan Shakty. Penguins carry it right back in. Here's Coffey going down, centering it right in front of Brown. There'll be a penalty coming up against Chicago again. In the slot, Coffey to Cunningham, trying to give it to Brown. And the Hawks have possession. We've got the penalty coming up here. Lemieux is knocked down by Wayne Presley. Now Dave Manson comes over to take a run at Robbie Brown of Pittsburgh. Vasquez now in a fight. Oh, Manson took the gloves off and fired right away. Or is it man? It's Nyland. Yep. Nyland came in, threw the gloves off, and started firing at Vasquez.
This is a familiar sight. The Hawks did the same thing to Pittsburgh last time, and they tried to muscle it up and tried to intimidate the Penguins physically in that game. The Penguins got involved in a lot of fights, but they overcame it all and won the game 8-4. We'll see if they can do it again today. But I'll tell you, Nyland's the guy who's going to get the penalty because he was whacking Paul Coffey with two-handers and would have cut your arm off. He was chopping him as he came around that right side.
No score. First period. We'll return in a moment on the Penguins Hockey Network.
Right now, your Nissan dealer is ready to cut the deal of the year on any new Nissan car or truck. All you have to do is come in and choose how you want it cut. You can saw through our price on a reliable Central. Chop down our profit on any hard-body truck. And generally, whittle any price down to size. The point is to cut yourself a deal at your Nissan dealer soon. Because we can't keep this up forever.
Well, a minute ago, the Penguins had a good scoring chance, and it looked like Mario Lemieux and Robbie Brown, either one of them could have taken the centering pass, and neither one of them ended up having it. Paul Coffey was whacked later on, just coming down that right side by Nyland, and I mean, he really chopped him with that stick.
Coffey's reacting, too, and he's holding his right arm. I'm not mistaken. I think that might be the arm that he's been having some problems with. But he really got hit heavily, and we'll have to wait and see what the penalties will be. Nyland very well could get two as an instigator, maybe, in a fight, too, with Ron Vasquez, and we'll wait the explanation from Bob Hall. Going on right now in the referee's crease.
Wayne Presley was down on top of Lemieux, too, on his back and pushing him in the back of the head, trying to get him to drop the gloves.
Penguins are 0 for 1 on the power play. The original penalty of the game called against Darren Pang, the Chicago goaltender. They put 2 on the board for Presley.
Well, I guess we ought to update you on the Stroh's power play contest. Carl Coble of Pittsburgh is going to pick up 2 tickets. The Penguins failing to score in their first power play chance.
Coffey asking what was the original penalty. I think that's what he's asking Bob Hall right now, down talking to him. But it is Presley's penalty that'll make the Hawks shorthanded. Chicago has yet to get a shot on goal in this game. The Penguins have had 5 against Darren Pang.
2 minutes for instigating, 5 minutes for fighting.
Vasquez gets the instigating minor penalty.
Number 22, Gary Nyland, 2 minutes for slashing, 5 minutes for fighting. Blackhawk penalty number 17, Wayne Presley, 2 minutes for cross-checking.
All right, here are the penalties. Nyland of Chicago, a 2-minute minor for slashing and a 5-minute major for fighting. Vasquez, who never got his gloves hardly off, gets 2 for instigating the fight and 5 for fighting. And Presley gets a 2-minute minor for cross-checking Mario Lemieux.
And what happened was Presley obviously dumped Lemieux with that cross-check and then landed on top of him. And it's a good thing he did that, because if he hadn't done that, we might be in an even-up situation. There's no question that the first penalty was the slash by Nyland on Paul Coffey. Because he's gone off for slashing for 2 minutes, and also the fighting major. Vasquez 2 minutes for instigating.
Well, they seem to have a problem here and trying to sort things out. It's not that difficult, gentlemen. You've got to have somebody in the box serving the penalties. Here's Presley going in. Or it's Everett Santa pass. Sorry. He's going in to serve the minor penalty.
Denny Savard is on a hot streak, too. Not only is he second in the league in scoring, but one of the reasons he's got 17 points in his last 10 games, 8 goals and 9 assists. Now Bob Murdoch, I guess, wants to know what's going on. Bob Hall over to explain to him.
Well, Presley has a 2-minute minor for cross-checking. He would be in the box. Nyland a minor and a major. And I'm trying to figure out why Santa Pass is in the penalty box. Busquets in for the Penguins. He's a lone man that got penalties. The instigating minor for fighting and a 5-minute major. I don't know why Santa Pass is in the box. Nobody else does either. Sit down, Everett.
How can that happen in a National Hockey League game? That's all I'm asking.
Face-off dropped, and the Penguins again on the power play. Their second opportunity. Here's Potter down the right wing in the Chicago zone. Cleared away by Dirk Graham and sent up ice. Coffey on the right wing, going to Charlie Simmer. Now moves into the Chicago end, but it's going to be called back on a 2-line pass. I thought for a moment that he may have sent Nyland off. I didn't see Nyland in the penalty box. That's why he put Santa Pass over there to serve the minor and the major, but he is in the penalty box. I hope things don't get very difficult because we may be here for the rest of the day if they have to try and figure things out from what we've seen on this very mild penalty situation we just had. Troy Murray pulls it back. Scoreless game, first period. Mike Lang along with Paul Steigerwald here at the stadium in Chicago. One of the great show places in this country for hockey. And it is really a treat to watch a game here. And here comes Coffey now out of his own end as the Penguins control with a man advantage. Coffey coming up, blasted into the Chicago end. Penguins are scoring at a rate of about 35% against the Blackhawks on the power play this year, and that's been a big reason why they've won the 2 games. Lemieux digging in the near corner Chicago end, and they freeze it as the Hawks force a faceoff. Dave Manson and Bob Murray defensively for Chicago. Troy Murray and Dirk Graham on the front line. The Penguins will make a change in the power play with 1:12 to go and the minor penalty to Wayne Presley.
Robbie Brown and Randy Cunneyworth come on, and Dan Quinn and Charlie Simmer will take a seat. Darren Pang, third in the league in save percentage, even though the Blackhawks give up more shots than any team in the league. So Pang sees a lot of rubber, and he stops a lot of rubber.
Hawks have yet to register a shot on goal. We still have 14-15 to go here in the first period. And the Hawks win the draw, but they can't clear. Bodger on the left point for the Penguins. Throw it in behind the net for Randy Cunneyworth. Cut off nicely by Bob Murray, the veteran. And the Hawks take it. They clear off Coffey's stick, and it bounces back to center circle. Bodger of the Penguins being chased by Dennis Savard. I'll tell you, he's so quick, and you just can't afford to make a mistake against Denny Savard. Taken by Cunneyworth, wrapped into the Chicago end. Pang very good with that stick. Stops it to Murray. Blasted around. Not out, though. Kept in. Now poked ahead by Chicago, and the Penguins regain possession. Lemieux, great pass to Brown on the right wing. Into the Chicago end. He stops holding that puck. Going to Coffey. Coffey gave it away to David Manson. Looking for that puck is Denny Savard, and every time he looks up, boy, he's looking for that biscuit. Goes to Larmer. Penguins in. Shooting. And he scored not. At the post to the right of Peter Angelo. I thought for a moment it might have gone in and out. Back to center. Here comes Robbie Brown as Big Ben struck one. The Hawks almost got a short-handed goal on a blistering wrist shot by Steve Larmer to cut the pipe to the right of Frank Pietrangelo. And the Hawks again feed it back in behind the Penguin net. That's going to bring this crowd to life. 12 seconds to go, and the Penguins will be 0 for 2 on the power play. Well, Headley passed to Lemieux, and he's offside the Chicago line. Mario trying to get around a stick, but he was offside just a half a stride in. Well, the shot by Larmer, I thought for a moment, Paul, from our angle, I thought it might have gone in and out.
Well, the fans really yelled. They thought it was in the net. Larmer can really blister that puck. He's a left-handed shot, but he plays the right wing. He had a good angle of the net there, and Pietrangelo, understandably, might be dozing a little bit down there. He's yet to have a shot against him recorded. That one off the post, not counted as a shot. So it's kind of tough for goaltenders on the road if they have to stand around a while before facing that first opportunity. And now the first one against Frank goes past him and hits the post, so it makes it a little tougher for him.
Every chance the Hawks are getting, they're getting Mario Lemieux verbally too, not only physically, and they're speaking it up with him right now in this game. here and a bump there, trying to get him to react to bumping right off his game if they can. Got us out here with Dave Hunter and Brian Erickson with just 7 seconds to go on the Presley penalty. Face off. It's going to be called back on a 2-line pass against the Penguins. That wasn't what the call was. Bergevin walking up, coming in, and he shoots it just wide of the net. Off the far wing, Dave Hunter laid ahead and got us. Back on the ice is Presley. He can't get to it, but Mark Bergevin will for Chicago. Bergevin roll it ahead. Up right wing for Ludwig. He is pulled down. Nothing called. The play goes on. The puck into the Penguin zone. Randy Hillier around the right side. Boy, these clubs are skating here in this first period. They're flying. Bergevin leading at center. Randy Hillier takes control of the puck. Down over to Hunter. He's in the Chicago end. Hunter holding the puck. Got room. Sutter cut away from him. Went the wrong way. Centered in front and nobody is there. And it comes back to center. Well, Dwayne Sutter there just cut away and turned the wrong way from the man, almost leaving the play totally wide open. Randy Hillier at center ice, going to the Chicago line. Stop right there. Now he'll backhand it. And that's over the glass. And we'll take a timeout. 12:21 to go. In the first period, no score here in Chicago on the Penguins Hockey Network.
Perhaps you've outgrown your starter home and would like to get into something larger. Or perhaps your present dwelling is, well, a little on the old side and you want a newer home. Or perhaps you have a change of job and have to relocate. Whatever your real estate needs, get Canada's top producers working for you. The cream of the crop. They're at Remax.
Well, the Chicago Blackhawks killing 2 penalties here in the first period. Still with 12:18 to go now in the first frame, and the Hawks directed back into the Penguin zone. Puck off the board. Jimmy Johnson will flag it down with a glove. Send it around the left wing, but the Penguins can't get it out. Hawks put it behind the Penguin goal. David Mackey coming out, trying to shoot it. He can't do it. Coffey pulled down. Rick 5 in the Penguins in. Play continues. Here's Loney back to the Chicago stripe. Wristing one, little miss. Bob Murray of Chicago. Outlet pass back to center, and then hops off a blade back into Pittsburgh territory. Jim Johnson around the boards. Took a heavy check from David Mackey, who put a good body check in. Mackey's got the puck. He overskates the play, and here are the Penguins counterattacking. Troy Loney rolls it in behind. Boy, Pang got behind that net to stop it and hurry again. Loney put the check into Bruce Cassidy. But David Mackey has the puck for Chicago. Outlet on the right wing and off the stick of Ive and right up into the seats again. We are still scoreless in the first period here in Chicago on the Penguins Hockey Network.
Some people will have more going for them in Calgary than others, because American Express is there already, preparing them thousands of warm welcomes in fine restaurants and stores. And in case they should need emergency cash or help with new travel arrangements or a lost card, we even provide mobile offices. These special people are the people we call members. In Calgary or wherever they are, American Express is there because membership has its privileges.
Well, Pierre Kramer senses what they're trying to do to Lemieux, so he's put Jimmy Mann out on the right wing on Mario Lemieux's line.
Back come the Penguins working to the Chicago end, and a shot by Bodger. Pang will stop that. Penguins have their 6th shot of the game. The Hawks have yet to register one in almost 9 minutes of play. Hillier on the right point, going to Mario Lemieux. You remember the way the game started. Here's Bob Erie on the right wing side to Mann. Mann flipping it behind the goal for Lemieux. He has Erie cutting for the net. He centers it, but Bobby had cut in too deep and overskated the play. Mann back to the left point. Swing it down the boards, but David Manson has the puck for Chicago. Shoots it again back into Penguin real estate. And Peter Angelo plays the puck to Randy Hillier. Boy, you don't have much time to wait here in this building. Nope. You got to get rid of that puck and skate and move it in a hurry. And the Penguins are guilty of icing. They just don't give you that time. They're in on you so quickly. And if it's a quick skating game like it appears to be this afternoon, it is really something to behold. They really move up and down the ice. And it's not for the guys that can't skate, boy. You better be ready to roll and get the legs moving.
Well, you know, I was talking to Bob Murdoch about the fact that the Hawks have given up so many shots. And I remember coming back from the last trip into Chicago, we ran into Doug Gilmore on the plane. He was heading to another city. He had been out of the lineup in St. Louis with a concussion, and he was saying, oh, it's difficult not to have a lot of shots in this building because short end zones, you can get a good shot off from the blue line here and can beat goaltenders from that kind of a distance. In this building, it's so much shorter. The ice surface is one of the smallest in the league, and players are more prone to shoot in this building.
Here's a plus for the Penguins in the fact that they have not allowed Denny Savard a single point in the 2 games so far in the series.
Dan Quinn's done a good job checking again.
5 at the right point. Penguins giving that big slap shot. Let it go on that hit. Penguin defenseman Jimmy Johnson, who was down. Boy, Ricky Vibe, who could fire it as hard as anybody, really caught Jimmy Johnson. Appeared to be in the kneecap. I'm guessing he can just shoot it like a rocket. And J.J. is down in a heap. They're trying to block that shot. Look at how far back Vibe got on that shot. Oh. Get Jimmy Johnson down.
I'll tell you, that takes some courage to drop down in front of a shot by Rick Vibe. It's difficult to know whether Johnson knew that was Rick Vibe taking that shot when he went down.
No, I think he did. He didn't want it to get through. Yeah. But I'll tell you, somebody here the other day had a broken kneecap. I'm not so sure where it hit him, but it appeared to be that area.
Dennis Maruk is out maybe forever now with a shattered kneecap.
10:37 to go, first period. J.J. will try and get himself back up. No score on the Penguins Hockey Network.
When you're looking to beautify your home, you should be looking to Dufferin Tile for the very best selection and value. Visit Dufferin Tile's huge warehouse and showroom, where you will find over 1 million square feet of tile and marble in stock. Dufferin Tile also has a wide array of washroom and plumbing fixtures that will suit any decor. We specialize in bringing you the very best selection of quality imported ceramic tile and marble, and we bring them to you at everyday low prices. For the best selection and value, visit Dufferin Tile, 6911 Steeles Avenue West, west of Highway 27.
Well, Jimmy Johnson is back up under his own power and will try and skate here. Ricky Vibe really just reaching back. Pure maximum, if you will, as far as you can get. You know how hard Ricky Vibe can shoot the puck. He can't come close to somebody that played in this building as far as shooting it. And that was Bobby Hull.
Yep.
All right, let's pause for station identification here on the Pens Hockey Network. Here are the Hawks. Penguins need a score by Larmer as he puts it in. Steve Larmer over the left shoulder of Frank Pietrangelo, and the Hawks take a 1-0 lead.
That's the first shot on goal. And Larmer this time put it inside the post. A steal. Penguins gave it up, and the Hawks turned it into a goal. 1-0.
So Larmer cashes in as Chicago takes the 1-0 lead. Came right from the faceoff.
Paul Coffey's the man who gave it up. And you can tell by the look on his face, he isn't very happy about it.
Larmer's 29th of the year, and the Chicago Blackhawks take a 1-0 lead here in the first period. Paul said it took 9.5 minutes for them to get their first shot on the net. But they do score. I was talking earlier, they had a brief period there, the first couple of minutes of play, where they were around the Penguin goal and put some pressure on, didn't get the shot on. Here's Lemieux now in the Chicago end, centering for Bob Erie off his stick. Back comes Denny Savard. Savard now cruising the Penguins in. Look out, he cuts across. Drop past the Vibe. Vibe lost the edge and escape, but he's hit enough by Searan, evidently to get a penalty. And back on the far wing, it'll be Erie getting possession. A hooking call against Searan. I don't think Billy really was the man that brought down Ricky Vibe. I think he lost the edge and escape, but the Penguins will be shorthanded. We'll be back. Chicago 1, Pittsburgh 0 on the Penguins Hockey Network.
To challenge the world's best luxury sedans takes exceptional comfort and superior performance. To deliver all this for thousands less, this is the Mazda 929 luxury sedan.
This is the Mazda way.
Most warranties cover powertrain only. Mazda's warranty is bumper to bumper for 3 years or 80,000 kilometers, and all major components for 5 years or 100,000 kilometers. The 88 Mazda warranty, the best in the business.
Well, Rick Vibe tried to do a little pirouette in the circle, and Billy Searan got the stick into him and hooked him. I'll tell you, it didn't look like it, but I think Vibe was going down anyway, but Searan helped him go down. I saw his body kind of jerk backwards as he was going down, and it looked like he was tugged on, and he was. I think he also looked appeared as though he had his arm kind of squeezing Searan's stick a little bit as he tucked it underneath that armpit.
So here are the Hawks in the power play, their first chance of the afternoon. They already lead 1-0. Troy Murray, right point. Slap shot that'll miss the goal. Comes off the left side to Bruce Cassidy. Put it behind the Penguin net to Dwayne Sutter. Sutter, Dirk Graham out here working also. And on the right point, it comes to Troy Murray, another shot. And he's mad at himself because he missed the net a second time. Hawks moving the puck well. They're third in the league in the power play. Murray shooting for the third time. He got it on the net. But Pietrangelo made the save, and Lemieux clears. Back again will be Darren Bang. The Penguins have a little bit of a break here in the fact that the Savard line just came off the ice. So this line starts on the power play for Chicago. Ludwig Graham and Dwayne Sutter. And they work it into the Penguin left wing corner. Lutzig looking behind the net. Will go to Dirk Graham. And Graham is, well, somebody is injured back in behind the Pittsburgh net. One of the Chicago Blackhawks, Steve Lutzig, is down.
What did he do? Get caught between Bodger and Graham?
Might have. He's holding his right shoulder. Now he's talking to Dan Frawley of the Pens, former Chicago Blackhawk. Lutzig got hit by Randy Hillier is what happened with a stick.
And he slashed him. Got away with one there.
Well, they're going to call for the face-off outside of the Penguin blue line. The reason being is that Lutzig brought about the whistle and the stop and play. Lutzig wanting to get a penalty there from Bob Hall, but none called. We have 9:09 left in the first period. Boy, this first period, we're only halfway through, just a little over it. It's already been almost 30 minutes, 35 minutes old.
Well, the Penguins with 2 power play chances down the drain here in this period, and opportunities to take the lead on the road. And Darren Pang came up big, and while the whole time that was going on, the Hawks unable to get a shot. Then finally their first shot went into the net to make it 1-0.
A minute 14 to go on the penalty to Billy Searin, the Penguin defenseman who went off for hooking at 10:05. Steve Gottis and Dave Hunter now kill the penalty. Bruce Cassidy brings it into the Penguins in around Jim Johnson, who's back on, cutting for the net, but he's checked from behind by Jimmy Johnson. I got the stick on him to slow him down. Rick Vaive trying to find the point man. Can't do that. Steve Gottis picks it off. Over to Coffey. 1-0 Chicago. First period. The Penguins are offside at the Chicago blue line. Watch Darren Pang that time as the Penguins brought it in. He was looking down on the ice, looking at his skates to see if his position was right, I guess. And that's really something you don't want to be doing too much of with the great shooters they have in this league. You almost got to have a feel for that. And he was looking down like he was trying to say, well, I'm on the X here and the X there. Am I all set and ready to go? Moving those skates around. He'll still be looking when they put one by him here. Somebody like Lemieux breaking in on him. Larmer with a puck, giving it back to Cassidy now, and the Hawks come up on the power play, and they will direct it back off the boards around to the left wing corner of the Penguin zone. Off the near side, Savard is out here now. That's a slam shot going in at the post to the right of Peter Angelo. Frankie will tap the post, and the puck is sent back by Pittsburgh to the Chicago zone to take the heat out of a hot kitchen. 28 seconds to go in the penalty. Bruce Cassidy up on the play to center to Denny Savard. Looking for Larmer was the only goal in the game, but that pass offline. Now Vaive again carries it back into the Penguin zone. Rick Vaive of Chicago. To Murray in front. He's got Larmer. Turning shot, and Larmer denied. Again by Peter Angelo on the right wing boards. Troy Murray with 8 seconds to go on the penalty. Up to Cassidy, who made a good play to keep that puck in, but Gottis fell down. Here's Savard trying to get to the puck. Gottis gets back up. Ready to come on as Billy Searin. The puck left point to Cassidy. Cassidy shooting, deflected, stopped by Jimmy Johnson. And boy, Jimmy Johnson got himself back into the game, didn't he, after taking that hard shot by Ricky Vaive. On the right point to Billy Searin as the Penguins cruise back into Chicago ice to Hillier. Shot was blocked by Savard. Put back in front. Pang scrambling on the ice. Penalty coming up. Lemieux is pulled down. And a holding call against the Chicago Blackhawks. 7:36 to go. The Penguins get power play chance number 3 in a moment on the Penguins Hockey Network.
Around here, they know my name. Time to talk, time to say hello. Around here, we're all in the game. Hometown heroes, let them out, let them go. And the feel around here is only great things, my friend. You know our beer around here is OB. Around here, our beer is OB.
So many players trying this play now where they come out and they circle out and they're going towards across the goal mouth and they shoot it back to the short side. A lot of players are doing it. Savard hit the post earlier and then the penalty, Lemieux pulled down by Mackey, holding the call at 12:24.
Well, the Penguins trailing 1-0, gets the power play chance. Turkey right here on the table. We've got a Stroh's power play. We'll give you that contest in a moment. Here's Quinn into the Chicago zone, handling the puck, checked away nicely by the Chicago Blackhawks, Steve Lutzig, right back to the Penguin line, and Coffey now retreating. All Coffey of the Penguins. Penguins have lost 5 in a row, trying to snap this losing streak. By the way, New Jersey now has taken the lead in the second period against Minnesota, 4-3. So the Devils and Penguins, 2 teams that are tied for the bottom spot in the Patrick division, both playing this afternoon. Again, the Hawks third up ice. Coffey racing on the play, skating nicely to the Chicago line. Cuts across to the left point. Holds the puck. Looking. Goes to Dan Quinn. Instead, he dummies it. Lets it go behind the net to Lemieux. Over to the far corner for Dan Quinn. Penguins on a power play. Left point. Paul Coffey. Right side to Bodger. Bodger puts the puck back to Coffey. Left side to Quinn. A minute 2 to go on the penalty. Off to Mario Lemieux. Lemieux to Bodger. Open shot. Saved by Pang. He caught it with his pan and stopped it right there. Bodger with a big shot set up by Lemieux. But Darren Pang, and boy, that puck just died after it hit his pad and went straight down underneath it.
Dan Quinn went backing up through the slot. Creates some motion in front of Darren Pang, and the shot from Bodger was just stopped by that left pad of Darren Pang. Kind of reminds you when you see Quinn come through the slot like that, and when Mike Bossy used to do that for the Islanders. Islanders do that a lot, where they have a player swing through the slot while the puck is being moved around. And Pang was still able to see that shot and make the save with the left pad.
Lemieux now in the right wing circle of the Chicago end against Troy Murray. The Hawks shorthanded for the third time. Lemieux won the draw, pulled it back to Doug Bodger. Bodger misplayed it off Murray's stick. Now Lemieux, though, over to help out. Bob Murray trying to clear it. Can't. Randy Cunneyworth with the Penguins, colliding with the Chicago Blackhawks' Gary Nyland, who pokes him once, twice. Lemieux with the puck, though, trying to center. And the Hawks break up that play. Savard went down to stop the pass. Bodger, though, to the center point to Paul Coffey of Pittsburgh. Coffey trying to make a play. He was knocked down. He gets it back. Goes to Lemieux. In the slot, it comes to Bodger. A shot and a good save by Pang. Rebound. Robbie Brown can't score. Robbie Brown cannot beat Darren Pang from in front. Pang has been tremendous here on this power play chance the Penguins have had. Gary Nyland and Randy Cunneyworth have some words.
Well, Coffey and Lemieux, and then Lemieux went into the slot to Brown, and Brown misplayed the pass. It came to Bodger, who took a shot. Cunneyworth whacked at the rebound. Robbie Brown tried to chip that puck up, and it hit the blade of Darren Pang's stick. Unbelievable.
That's three shots.
He made the shot, a great shot, because he had to get that puck in the air, and he didn't have a lot of leverage or a lot of opportunity, but he got it up, and it hit the blade of Pang's stick. I don't know if that was intentional or not. He was lying on his back and had the stick up in the air, and it went right off the blade and landed right in front of him.
Doesn't matter. You've got to keep it out. That's right. I don't care how you do it.
Unconscious or conscious, it doesn't make any difference.
Yeah. Getting paid to do that. The Penguins now with 10 shots. I'll tell you, they actually had 3 on that play, and I think they might have been shortchanged on it, but Pang and the Hawks outshot 10-2, but they lead the game 1-0. Lemieux again. Winning the faceoff to Bodger. Bodger giving the puck right side over to Mario Lemieux. Penguins have 20 seconds to go on this power play. Lemieux at the blue line. It's knocked away outside the blue line, and now the Penguins have to go back and set it up again. Coffey trying to take it in. He can. Lemieux will risk the puck in behind the Chicago goal. Pang will stop it for Bob Murray. Shoots it out towards the glass, and it comes free, and the Hawks come back to center. 3 seconds on the penalty. Lutzig slammed to the ice by Doug Bodger. Here's David Mackey on. The Hawks have killed their third penalty. Shooting his Coffey, going off the body of Pang and went to the left of the net. And he almost, again, with that shot that Coffey has, almost got it over Pang's head. Here's Brian Noonan back. Penguins on left side. David Mackey pulls the trigger, and he'll miss the mark. Off the left wing board, Billy Sear, and up to Robbie Brown. Lemieux's open. Can he take it in? He's on. Snyder brings it towards the net, but he's offside. He was offside at the Chicago line. 5:14 to go. Well, Paul Coffey, who scored a goal against Pang earlier in the year, on a shot that hit his stick, and then caroms up with a lot of English on it. And he shot this one up high, and it almost got over it.
Well, Pang is so short that he has to get up, and, you know, it's a lot easier for the puck to go over his shoulder and into the net than any other goalie in the league. Penguins have scored 2 goals against him this year that have popped up in the air like that. Coffey, one of them. Pang able to keep it out of the net. Coffey trying to get that goal back. He was upset with himself when he gave it up in his own end, and Savard turned it over to Larmer. They put it in the net to make it 1-0, and it's still that 1-0 Hawks.
And Steve Gaddis brings the puck into the Chicago end down the left wing board. Right away from him. Then it's going to be another offside call here. With 5 minutes to go in the first period, and Chicago leading 1-0. Again, reminding you, New Jersey leads Minnesota, the last score we had, 4-3 in the second period.
Well, the Penguins, with the help of 3 power play opportunities, have 11 shots, and the Blackhawks only have 2. And another shot hit the post, and they did not record a shot in the one when you thought when Larmer turned around and made a turning shot. I thought Peter Angelo made the save there, but I looked up on the board. They did not record that.
The only other one they could have had was Murray's shot that he shot from the point area on the power play. That's what it had to be. And then Larmer's goal. Brian Erickson trying to get up. I'll tell you, remembering here too in Chicago, sometimes those shots on goal are changed towards the end of the period too. So maybe they have a couple of people keeping track of them. to double check. We'll see the shots change at times. It doesn't happen in too many buildings. David Mackey swinging on the backhand in behind the Pittsburgh net, and Peter Angelo leaves the puck for Jim Johnson. Hit heavily on a good solid check by Noonan, who appears to have good strength in his body and be able to hit you with a good clean check. Hunter pulls down. Bob McGill, and here come the Penguins to the Chicago line. Long shot by Gaddis, but he missed the target. Now Gaddis again, right point. Shoots one. Deflected towards the net. Blocked by Gary Nyland. Nyland will find Dirk Graham. Goes the off wing, left side, Penguin zone. Has Puskas backing away. And the puck comes in front after a shot, and the rebound, and cleared away to the near side. That was a strange play there. Graham took that shot, and Puskas was really off balance when he took the shot. He didn't have much chance to cover him. And the Penguins again guilty of another offside play. 3:55 to go in the first period. 1-0 Chicago and the Penguins Hockey Network.
Around here, we got the time of day. Time to stop, time to say hello. Around here, it's always been that way. The finest people that you ever want to know. And I'll be around here is all be my friend. You know our beer around here is OB. Around here, our beer is OB.
Well, the Penguins trailing by 1, and Jimmy Johnson in his own blue line sends it ahead to the Chicago net area. Pang will leave it behind the goal for Bruce Cassidy, and he's been impressive in the 2 games he's played against Pittsburgh. Young Cassidy, rookie defenseman to Dirk Graham. Outlet pass to center to Troy Murray. He'll leave it for Cassidy, and Cassidy feeds it down the near boards inside the Penguin line. Dan Farley just turns and flips it back to center. Danny Quinn for Pittsburgh with Randy Cunneyworth on the left wing and Dan Farley on the right side. And again, that puck out of play. Steve Gannett, the backup goaltender today for the Pens. Joe Malash getting the day off.
Well, you mentioned Cassidy. Randy Cunneyworth scored a goal against the Rangers the other night. Anyway, talking about Cassidy, the Hawks are going to have to work in some of these younger defensemen because they got some guys that are getting up in years. Bob Murray, for one. Ben Wilson has been injured a lot in his career and doesn't seem to be able to put a whole season together anymore.
Doug Wilson is gone for the year.
Right, Doug Wilson out for the year with a bad shoulder.
Keith Brown out for the year?
No, Keith Brown's going to return to the lineup this week, as a matter of fact. He's supposed to play, but they've got a guy coming named Trent Yanni who plays for the Canadian Olympic team, and they're looking for big things from him. He's, I think, a third-round pick and a guy who's come on and done very well.
If I'm not mistaken, he was involved in a couple of battles with the USA team prior to the start of the Olympics and got kind of physical, and he was very impressive in the way he handled himself. Here's Denny Savard coming to the Penguins end. Circling now at the right point. They try and shut him down. They finally do. Bob Erie worked the back. Lemieux was hanging back. We've got the Savard and Lemieux show going on right now. Head-to-head. Larmer in the Penguins end. 1-0 Chicago. Larmer feeds it behind the goal to Denny Savard. Swings away from Siren. Look at him skate. Trying to pass it back right point. Taken though by Bob Erie. He'll dump it back to center ice. Savard just can do things on skates that nobody can. Here's Savard right side. Comes down. Again, dancing with that puck. Just like a ballerina the way he can move. Over the by. Shot and he missed the net. Around to the left point. Bergevin. Bergevin's shot. Blocked in front. Now picked up. Here's Savard shooting. A good save. Rebound. Larmer. Shot wide. Penalty coming up against the Penguins. They got to get possession and they will. Boy, the Hawks almost scored there. And I'll tell you, the spark plug for it all was number 18, Denny Savard. He was really dancing on the ice.
Well, the shot he made, turning around and getting that shot off, and even a better save by Frank Pietrangelo. It's so difficult for goaltenders to read where that puck is going to come from in a situation like that. But that's a testament to the great reflexes that Frank Pietrangelo has with his pads. Able to react to that. Savard put that shot right towards Pietrangelo, but he went down on the knees and got the pad on the shot. Savard just wheeling around to get that shot away in a hurry.
You know what's even more impressive? You saw him turn around and go to the forehand. He almost he can stop in dead motion as he starts to make that play, and the goaltender thinks he's going to forehand, swing back around and go with a backhand on you. I mean, that's how gifted he is. He just like he doesn't have skates. He's like he's on his feet. And his ability to do things is just remarkable. It really is, Denny Savard. Now the Hawks with their second power play chance. Coffey, a holding call. At 17:30 of period number 1.
Pietrangelo is going to have to get tough now. I'll tell you, the 4 shots against him, but I'd say 3 of them have been outstanding scoring chances.
Here is another opportunity for the Pens to maybe kill the first part of this penalty. They don't have their number 1 power play unit on. Again, the penalty taken against Savard's line. Lutzik and Goddess now in the Penguins in. Right wing circle. And the Penguins control the faceoff. Hunter let the puck go for Hillier. He's upended. And the Hawks will keep the play in the right wing corner. Now Goddess went after it. He's trying to get to the puck, and he falls on top of it. And a faceoff call for to the left of the Penguin net, and Frank Pietrangelo.
Well, Hillier decided to forget the puck and took the man coming at him.
Yeah, Davey now talking to Randy Hillier. Neither one of them ended up taking it. I think they thought that the other was going to do the job, and it just didn't turn out that way. Chicago on a goal by Steve Larmer in the lead here at the stadium in Chicago, 1-0. He's got a power play chance. Dirk Graham, Troy Murray, left point out of Bruce Cassidy of Chicago. Back to Troy Murray. Going to Cassidy, center point. Left side of Graham. He'll pull the trigger, and that's deflected. Picked up by Bodger. Slammed around off the glass and right up into the seats again. I'll bet the way the glass is situated here, I would think that Chicago probably loses more pucks than anybody, because we've seen an awful lot out of play off the glass here.
They got low glass here in this building, too. I'll tell you, the way they fire the puck here, they've had some unbelievable point men over the years. Bob Murray used to be able to really blister that puck more than he can now. And, of course, Doug Wilson's probably got the hardest shot in all of hockey, with the possible exception of Al McGinnis in Calgary.
Would you like to have Wilson? How just think of the way this ice is and the way we look at it. It's so confined, it seems, with Bobby Hall coming down that left wing 25 feet away at you alone. Think about that. The way he could shoot the biscuit.
Goaltenders used to think about it, and think about it, and
then move.
And worry about it.
And move. Give him his 50. Troy Murray again got us one a face-off. Penguins have been very good on the face-offs here in the first period. And they clear out of the zone with 1:30 to go on the penalty to Paul Coffey. Hawks' second power play chance. Larmer going to center for Chicago. Lead pass to 5 behind the defense. Walks in. Scores. What a play by Ricky Vaive.
Now Rick Vaive wearing that protective shield, taking a perfect pass at the blue line, almost offside, but dragging that left skate, coming in and make 2 or 3 moves on Pietrangelo. He had one more move left and brought it back over to the forehand, wrapped it around him, and just deposited that puck into the net to make it 2-0.
Well, it'll be a power play goal for the Chicago Blackhawks. I'll tell you, I can't fault Pietrangelo. He played it as well as he could. It's just Vaive had one too many moves left in the bag. That's what he had. He just had one more left. Great individual effort. Yep.
Big, huge sweeps of that stick, and able to bring it all the way back across the goal crease and into the net.
Larmer and Cassidy on the assist, and I think Cassidy was a man that set him free, if I'm not mistaken, in the pass to put him in behind the Penguin defense. Now the Penguins throw it up into the Chicago end. 2-0. The Hawks lead. And they have scored a power play goal. Robbie Brown trying to put it between the circles, but the Hawks again. Larmer ahead to Denny Savard. Savard to the Penguins. Cut across the ice. Skating again. Well, another shot going. Hurt Coffey. Blocked though in front now. Larmer scores. 3-0 Chicago. Savard to Larmer, and it's now 3-0 Hawks. Again, Denny Savard helped make this play with a great skating ability that he has, and he shot that puck off Coffey. It bounced straight back to Savard, a perfect pass to Larmer, and he ripped it by the right shoulder of Frank Pietrangelo, and Larmer gets his second of the afternoon at 18:41 in Chicago, just like that, within a span of 31 seconds. They've scored twice and now lead 3-0. Have only 6 shots, but they have 3 goals, and they really have had some quality shots though in the period. Darren Pang came up pretty tough for the Hawks at the other end, and right now Chicago in control of the game at the moment. That big power play goal by Ricky Vaive really has set the Hawks free, and they really are coming now into the right of the Chicago net area. The Penguins force the puck, but the hand pass is called with a minute to go in the period. Chicago again. Larmer will get his 30th of the year, and again Denny Savard. The only assist at 18:41.
Blackhawk goal scored by Lemieux, assisted by Savard, 1841.
Face off now to the right of goaltender Darren Pang. And Dan Quinn of Pittsburgh with Dan Frawley and Randy Cunningworth. Well, the Penguins have lost 5 in a row, and they're in trouble here in Chicago. In a very tough building to play in. Well, finally, Denny Savard coming alive. Gets his first 2 points of the year against the Penguins. Assisting on Armour's first goal and, of course, the last one. Forced back to center ice by Chicago now as the Penguins regroup. Rod Buskett. Lead a pass up to the Chicago line. Gary Nyland. Nyland moving down the right wing. Right point to Troy Murray. Murray shoots one, and Peter Angelo got down to make that save. Flipped off the left wing side, and now Jimmy Johnson of Pittsburgh carries the mail back to center with 30 seconds to go in the period. He'll just play it deep into the Chicago right wing corner. The Hawks are the team back to get it, and they come out in a hurry. A fight breaks out. Rod Buskett or Dan Frawley and one of the Chicago Blackhawks going to it. Everett center pass. Dan Frawley of the Penguins and Everett center pass. Mix it up. And the linesman quickly step in between those two. Well, Frawley and Santa Pass will both be sent off the ice right now. That started back in the Chicago end. Santa Pass is headed to the locker, to the penalty box, but he might as well just turn around and go the other way because he'll have to go to the dressing room with 24 seconds left. Everett Santa Pass of the Blackhawks and Dan Frawley of Pittsburgh both leaving. The Penguins will have the North Stars, and look at this second period. Minnesota has retaken the lead against New Jersey. Now 5-4 Minnesota in the second period.
Pittsburgh penalty number 28.
The announcement on the penalties.
5 minutes for fighting. Blackhawk penalties number 7. Everett Sanapaz. 2 minutes for instigating and 5 minutes for fighting at 19:36. Pittsburgh penalty, Frawley, 5 minutes for fighting. Blackhawk penalties, Sanapaz, 2 minutes for instigating and 5 minutes for fighting at 19:36.
Well, the Penguins will get their 4th power play chance out of this situation. With Sanapaz off of the instigating minor. David Mackey goes in to serve that minor penalty. Penguins power play for the last 24 seconds. They're 0 for 3 this afternoon against the Hawks. Lemieux carries it up into the Chicago end. Rink wide pass to Charlie Simmer. Now Siren and Bodger will be the point men. Left side. Siren going to Bodger, and he let it go, and that'll miss. The rebound bounced away to the right wing corner. Coffey watches from the bench. A shot right on. Save. Rebound. Quinn puts it in with 2 seconds to go. Oh, look out, Loretta. Danny Quinn scores with 2 seconds to go in the period. And the Penguins make it 3-1. Dan Quinn will get the power play goal for the Penguins. It will be the Pens' first in the afternoon, their 79th of the year. And Danny Quinn has scored his 24th of the year. And just 2 seconds remain in the period. And again, the play coming from Siren's shot from the point. Bounce free, and Quinn able to direct it by as the period ends now, and they heat up a little bit on the ice. Tempers between these two clubs. They drop the puck at center ice. Danny Quinn, again, the goal scorer, is 24th. The big thing right now is at center ice, where we've got a little problem going on. Steve Lutzik and Dan Quinn. And finally, they are separated and pushed apart. 3-1 Chicago at the end of 1, right here on the Penguins Hockey Network.
Visit AutoSonic Center and Collision, an auto center with a highly trained team of professional mechanics. Whatever the make or year of your car, the pros at AutoSonic are capable of solving any car trouble. You'll find a complete service center with body shop and painting facilities to make your car look like new. AutoSonic Center and Collision, the right place for your car repair. 1244 Dundas Street west to Dovercourt. Take your car to AutoSonic Center and Collision.
Perhaps you've outgrown your starter home and would like to get into something larger. Or perhaps your present dwelling is, well, a little on the old side and you want a newer home. Or perhaps you have a change of job and have to relocate. Whatever your real estate needs, get Canada's top producers working for you. The cream of the crop. They're a Remax.
Don't leave the room. Our reputation is at stake because we're doing something you wouldn't expect. Something new. Something exciting. Wrapped up the way you like it. We're putting our reputation at stake, and things are beginning to sizzle. New steak fajitas.
For a limited time, get a steak fajita and a medium Pepsi for $2.89.
I do have flight 139 leaving in 20 minutes, but only in first class.
I'll take it. Here, they're calling my flight. I'll be there. I missed much.
No, it just started.
Where is she?
The second potted plant from the left.
Coming through when you're needed most. Membership has its privileges.
Welcome back. A final result is just in from the Olympic Saddle Dome in Calgary. Sweden has defeated West Germany 3-2. Canada will not win an Olympic medal in hockey. There were 7 games on tap last night in the NHL at Maple Leaf Gardens. It was a Norris Division clash between the Toronto Maple Leafs and the St. Louis Blues. Leafs still clinging to that 4th and final playoff spot, while the Blues continue to pursue the Detroit Red Wings in the race for the division title. 73, and here he is. It was Boreas Solming night at the Gardens. The veteran Leafs defenseman was honored for reaching the 1,000-game mark, and owner Harold Ballard surprised him with a new Chevy Blazer. But there was more. Out of the cab came Solming's family and former teammate Inga Hammerstrom, who were all flown in from Sweden for the occasion. But the fans had little else to celebrate on this night. After a scoreless first period, Blues took the lead early in the second. Doug Evans picked up a loose puck, skated around the net. He passed in front for Gaston Gingras, who had moved in from the point. He tapped it past Ken Reggett, 1-0 St. Louis. Then with Dan Daou off for interference, the Blues connect on the power play. Tony McKegney skates around the net. He passes to Fedorko, who gives it to Ramage at the point. His shot is tipped in by Doug Gilmour. 2-0 Blues. Brian Benning added a third goal before Leafs struck for their first. On the power play, Mark Osborne carries the puck around the net, then passes to Ed Olchuk. He slides it back to Dale DeGray at the point. The shot from the Leafs defenseman is deflected in by Osborne. 3-1 Blues. But just over 2 minutes later, Blues regain their 3-goal margin with another power play goal. Solming's off for hooking. Leafs are caught up ice. Fedorko takes a pass at the blue line. He feeds cross ice for Gilmour, who taps it back to McKegney. He scores his 32nd of the year. Blues went on to beat the Leafs 6-2. So recapping the scoring from that game, Gingras, Gilmour, Benning, McKegney, Mark Hunter, and Evans for the Blues. Osborne and Secord with the Leaf markers. Bernie Fedorko had 5 assists for the Blues. Meanwhile, at the Nassau County Coliseum on Long Island last night, the New York Islanders faced Patrick Division rivals, the Washington Capitals.
We start in the first period from New York. No score. The Capitals in red. The puck is loose in the left corner. Rod Langway would center the puck. Mike Gartner picks it up from the right side. He would center it back to Langway. Langway beats Kelly Rudy for the score. The Capitals had a lead of 1-0. They would increase that lead in the second period. Caps up by a score of 2-0. Dave Christian would go to Michael Pavanka. Pavanka on the left side shoots and beats Rudy for the score. Capitals on top, 3-0. Meanwhile tonight, Clint Malarchuk was spectacular in goal for the Capitals, stopping 28 shots. Here he stops Pat LaFontaine and Brian Trottier. Malarchuk's 3rd shutout in 4 games, 4th of the year, as the Capitals beat the Islanders 3-0. I'm Todd Whitthorne for NBC News.
In other games yesterday in the NHL, thanks to the Boston Bruins, the Leafs are still 5 points ahead of the Minnesota North Stars. Jeff Courtnall faced the Bruins with a hat trick as Boston down Minnesota 7-4. Bob Gainey connected 3 times for Montreal last night as the Canadians shut out the Winnipeg Jets 6-0 at the Forum. Gaetan Duchesne, 17th of the year, broke a 3-3 tie in the third period as Quebec Nordique edged the Detroit Red Wings 5-4. The Buffalo Sabres held on late in the game to defeat the Hartford Whalers 4-3. And the Los Angeles Kings and the Philadelphia Flyers got involved in an old-fashioned shootout at the fabulous Forum last night. The Kings fell short as they lost 8-6. Rick Tocchet popped in 4 goals for the Flyers. Coming up next, the Leafs Player of the Month. This is your OV NHL hockey telecast on CFMT.
Okay, we got clothes, we got camping gear, we got comics for the kids, we got the camera's good, and cat. Where's the cat? We need the cat. Oh, grandma's cake. We need grandma's cake, and the rental car. Honey, I forgot the rental car.
It's all right, sweetie. I called Discount. They'll be here at 5.
For free pickup and delivery, call Discount Car and Truck Rentals.
Hi.
Discount.
We want your business, and we'll come right to your front door to get it.
Well, these trivia questions are tough. Okay, Boom Boom. What did Al Capone say when surrounded by the FBI?
Heck it, Bob.
He's right. I don't believe it.
Name the English band that performed the first rock opera.
Who? He's right again. Amazing.
All right. What beer tastes so good it's the best-selling light beer in the world?
Miller Lite.
You won the game.
This good is easy.
Miller Lite. Great taste makes it the world's best-selling light beer.
When you're looking to beautify your home, you should be looking to Duffer & Tile for the very best selection and value. Visit Duffer & Tile's huge warehouse and showroom, where you will find over 1 million square feet of tile and marble in stock. Duffer & Tile also has a wide array of washroom and plumbing fixtures that will suit any decor. We specialize in bringing you the very best selection of quality imported ceramic tile and marble, and we bring them to you at everyday low prices. For the best selection and value, visit Duffer & Tile, 6911 Fields Avenue West, west of Highway 27.
At the original brass bed in Yorkville, when you purchase any Lipperini brass bed, you will get free a Sealy box spring and mattress set. That's right, a free Sealy mattress set. But hurry, because it's only till the end of this month at the original brass bed, 119 Yorkville.
The National Hockey League and its teams have always helped out various charitable organizations. Earlier this afternoon, the Toronto Maple Leafs lent a helping hand to the Multiple Sclerosis Society at their Player of the Month Awards luncheon. CFMT's Jerry Gibbs reports.
With just 4 points in their last 5 games, the Toronto Maple Leafs haven't had much reason to celebrate, but a few found cause today. With 12 consecutive starts between the pipes and 4 game star selections this month, goaltender Ken Reggett was named the Molson Player of the Month. It was his second selection this season, and he admits it comes at a crucial time.
Well, I like playing lots, and, when we play lots, we win a couple of games, and that gives you a little bit of confidence, too. So, right now we're not playing the same game we were a month ago. We're playing a little better, and things are definitely going our way.
Al Iafrate was also honored as the runner-up, while defenseman Luke Richardson was named Defensive Player for February. Boris Salming received an honorary silver hockey stick for having played in 1,000 games as a Leaf.
The Leafs haven't exactly had an admirable season, but the fan support has always been there. Take today's gathering at the Toronto Food Metropolis, a packed house. Now perhaps it's time for the team to warrant such support by clinging to their present playoff spot or making it past the first round of postseason play.
I think our biggest plan would be to, win the rest of our home games because, those are the most important, and, try and play 500 or a little better than 500 on the road, and, if we play that way, the chances of them, taking over our position are pretty slim, and, if we play that well, maybe we could even, take third place.
If the Leafs treated their fans as well on the ice as they do off, there would be no room for complaint. Young and old alike were treated to a delicious lunch, the chance at a number of door prizes, and autographs from their heroes. Jerry Gibbs, 47 Sports.
We'll go back to Chicago Stadium for the first period highlights right after this break. This is your OV NHL hockey telecast on CFMT.
Once every 4 years, the power, the prestige, the glory of Olympic competition. Make your memories of Canada's first Olympic Winter Games last a lifetime. Captured forever in proof sterling silver. Collect the official Calgary 1988 commemorative coins, available at all Royal Bank branches, selected retailers, and coin dealers, and share the glory.
Out of school, out of work, under 25 and want to work, and every door seems closed to you? Futures can open those doors. With help to get a job and pay you for up to 52 weeks of on-the-job training. Call Futures, 1-800-387-0777. If you commit to your future, Ontario will commit to you.
Performance. For some people, it's more than a passion. It's a way of life. Well, for all those people for whom performance really counts, there's Speed Stick Plus antiperspirant. It's the wide stick, glides on, fast and dry, for all-day protection against wetness and odor. Performance. You demand it from yourself. Demand it from your antiperspirant. Speed Stick Plus, the wide stick.
By Menon.
If you've put a lot of miles on your car, chances are your motor needs attention. Come to AutoSonic Center and Collision, where in just 3 days, your old motor will be rebuilt for less than half the cost of a new motor. And we provide a 1-year, 12,000-kilometer guarantee. Have your old motor rebuilt at AutoSonic Center and Collision and give new life to your car. AutoSonic Center and Collision, 1244 Dundas Street West at Dovercourt. Bring your car to AutoSonic Center and Collision.
Looking to beautify your home, you should be looking to Duffer & Tile for the very best selection and value. Visit Duffer & Tile's huge warehouse and showroom, where you will find over 1 million square feet of tile and marble in stock. Duffer & Tile also has a wide array of washroom and plumbing fixtures that will suit any decor. We specialize in bringing you the very best selection of quality imported ceramic tile and marble, and we bring them to you at everyday low prices. For the best selection and value, visit Duffer & Tile, 6911 Fields Avenue West, west of Highway 27.
After one period of play at Chicago Stadium, the Chicago Blackhawks lead the Pittsburgh Penguins 3-1. Steve Larmer has 2. Rick Vive 1 for the Blackhawks. Danny Quinn replied for Pittsburgh at 19:58. Let's go back to Chicago Stadium for first period highlights.
Penguins on the power play 1 for 4, and of course cashing in the final seconds of play in the first period. The Blackhawks were 1 for 2 in the game to date on the power play. And the shots on goal, Randy Cunningham paced away over everybody with 3, and the Penguins had 13 against Chicago's Darren Pang, and Chicago was 7. Troy Murray and Steve Larmer each with 2 apiece, and Larmer scored on both his shots against goaltender Frank Pietrangelo. We've got a 3-1 game. The Chicago Blackhawks leading Pittsburgh. Second period coming up in just a moment, right here on the Penguins Hockey Network.
When you're looking to beautify your home, you should be looking to Duffer & Tile for the very best selection and value. Visit Duffer & Tile's huge warehouse and showroom, where you will find over 1 million square feet of tile and marble in stock. Duffer & Tile also has a wide array of washroom and plumbing fixtures that will suit any decor. We specialize in bringing you the very best selection of quality imported ceramic tile and marble, and we bring them to you at everyday low prices. For the best selection and value, visit Duffer & Tile, 6911 Fields Avenue West, west of Highway 27.
Hi, what are you doing, Homer?
Nope. Going after the caramel secret.
You can't do that.
Oh, you want to bet?
This is a core entry alert.
We've got ourselves an intruder. They're after the secret.
Is this legal?
I'm a genius.
Core entry?
Shut him down. And the winner is? Oops.
Nice going, genius.
How do they get the soft-flowing caramel inside a caramel bar?
Right now, your Nissan dealer is ready to cut the deal of the year on any new Nissan car or truck. All you have to do is come in and choose how you want it cut. You can saw through our price on a reliable Sentra, chop down our profit on any hard-body truck, and generally whittle any price down to size. The point is to cut yourself a deal at your Nissan dealer soon, because we can't keep this up forever.
When you think of all the things your eyes have to do every waking hour of the day, it's good to know the GE Soft White Light is easy on your eyes. Unlike an ordinary bulb with its glaring hot spot, the GE Soft White's high diffusion coating creates a soft, warm, glowing light. The new GE Soft White, sensitive to the needs of the human eye. GE, we bring good things to life.
It's a 9:30 mark, and Larmer put it in to give the Hawks a 1-0 lead.
Yep, and it was a case of a giveaway on that one. And then the play by Vive, which we talked about during the intermission. Vive cutting in on a breakaway, moving in, making some beautiful moves on Pietrangelo. The backhand back to the forehand, scoring the goal, 35th of the year.
Larmer cashing in for the Blackhawks at 18:41 on a pretty shot. Denny Savard coming down, was stopped by Coffey, and he was hurt on that play and able to get the puck back right in front. And Larmer then snapped it by Peter Angelo. And the final goal, of course, in the first period belonged to the Pittsburgh Penguins. Danny Quinn. Look at that puck on the left side, and it was a Siren shooting, and then Quinn moved in, got the rebound, and Pang was a little helpless on the play, and Quinn was able to put it in. Second period begins. Lemieux with Bob Erie and Robbie Brown. Brown's going to come right to the bench, and Brian Erickson comes over, and he'll play on the right wing. Lemieux backpedals into his own end. From behind the net, outlet pass to Billy Siren. So apparently Pierre Kramer is going to make a change here and let Lemieux play back again with Brian Erickson and Bob Erie. And at center ice, Lemieux challenge, got the stick up in his face to Ricky Vibe. They'll battle one another. Now Lemieux and Vibe have some words. Vibe got that stick up high, and now the Blackhawks cruise back into the Penguins' end. A shot by Savard, and right on, and Peter Angelo made the save. Mario got so involved, and that's what the Hawks are trying to do. This will be an icing call against the Penguins. They've got Lemieux off his game at that point because Vibe has got him John with him. They're battling one another, and here's Savard walking in home free right down the slide, and Peter Angelo had to make a pad save to keep the puck out of the net.
I'll tell you, Rick Vibe, when he first came into the league, was a guy who had a ton of penalty minutes. He's still up over 80 penalty minutes for the Hawks, but he was over 200 minutes in the first couple of years of his career. And he can play it pretty tough, but he woke up and realized, hey, I can score a lot of goals in this league if I stay on the ice. So you don't see him in the penalty box quite as often. Our Giant Eagle goal-getter contestant here in the second period is Karen Huffman of Pittsburgh, and Mario Lemieux is Karen's goal-getter. And $700 worth of... Oh, we had a winner. Okay, I'm sorry. Dan Quinn scored that goal. Right, we gave away $600 worth of groceries in the first. So a $100 jackpot available in groceries for Karen Huffman.
Ralph Butera, the winner. Congratulations to Ralph. Things are like a couple more from Danny Quinn right now.
Well, you go downstairs to do an interview and you miss all kinds of stuff.
Jim Johnson swing it ahead off the boards. This will be another icing call against the Penguins, apparently. And Nyland will make the touch. They'll bring it all the way back. Shots were 13-7 in that first period of play. Larmer with 2, Rick Vibe with 1 as the Hawks jumped out to a 3-0 lead, and Dan Quinn the only scorer for the Pens.
Very big goal for the Pens, too. 3-1 looked a lot better than them in the locker room than 3-0 would have. I'll tell you that.
Minnesota in town on Tuesday night, and then the Islanders will invade the Civic Arena next Saturday afternoon. Troy Murray at center now. David Mackey thought he was to be on, but not to be. Wayne Presley and Dirk Graham, and it'll be Graham on the left wing.
By the way, Mike, Helen Herbert of Coriopolis, PA, is also going to pick up $100 compliments of Dan Quinn on our Stroh's Power Play contest. So congratulations to Helen.
Left wing circle, Penguin zone. Peter Angelo in a crouch as the faceoff is won by the Penguins. Jim Johnson bailed out on the play. Now Quinn trying to clear it. Can't. Presley beat it in front. It hit a skate. And Randy Cunneyworth rambles back for the Penguins. 3-on-2. Loney on the right wing. Drop pass to Quinn. Shove it towards, and then it was blocked in front. Quinn gets it back. Peter right in front, and it bounces just wide of the goal. Nyland tied up Troy Loney. Somebody's lost a glove. It's one of the Hawks. And the puck is moved back to the Penguin line. Rod Busquets retreating. Up to Cunneyworth. Knocks it down with a glove. Forced it up to the Chicago stripe. Bob McGill. Bob Hall discussing the situation with Paul Coffey.
Well, that's the last thing the Penguins needed, and the way power play goals are going in the net today.
Well, here's some news from New Jersey. The Devils now lead Minnesota 6-5. They battle back in the third period. We've got a 5-4 game here. The Hawks lead the Penguins. So New Jersey winning this afternoon at the moment, 6-5, but that game has gone back and forth. This one, the Penguins have never had the lead in it at all. The only time they've been tied was at the start of the game.
Penalty killing now really has the pressure on it. 4 minutes.
The Hawks are 2 for 5 on the power play, and the Penguins control the puck from the face-off in their own end and bounce it up into Chicago territory. Well, this will be a hot kitchen, no doubt about that. At the moment, 17 minutes now left in the third period. Cassidy on the rush, going to the Penguins into Larmer. Working in behind the Penguin goal. Coffey took a whack at it. Troy Murray takes the puck, going to Denny Savard on the right side. Now Cassidy shooting. I think he tried to pass that puck to Larmer. Can't connect on it. Boy, the Hawks used to use a play so much with Savard working off this near boards here, and Larmer going right around the net. And that's where they set up now. Larmer right at the edge of the crease. It comes instead to Murray now, right point. Troy Murray for Chicago. Around the near boards, going to Savard, and he can pinpoint the passes. Let it go to Cassidy, left point. Good job by Giannis to check away the puck up to center. Going to Hunter, 2-on-2 with Coffey. Coffey goes right side. He'll take that puck, trying to put it between the legs of Troy Murray, and he can't quite do it. Savard counterattacks and back for the Hawks. Savard had a pushed aside by Dan Quinn, and the Hawks have to regroup outside the line. They do just that. Savard turns, gave it away, and Coffey read the play. Coffey having a tremendous shift here for the Penguins. It goes to Dan Quinn. 2:48 to go in the penalty time to Buskus. Coffey throw it into the Hawks in, and Chicago breaks it up. Remember, the Hawks have the power play. They give it away to Johnson. And J.J. shoots it up into Chicago ice as Pang is hit on the play. Frawley has it as Quinn open in front of Pang. Was now back in front of the net, but he couldn't quite get it to him. Boy, the Penguins came very close again. They had an early chance in the period by Dan Frawley breaking in alone, and that time they almost got the gimme goal. And the Hawks again stymied. 2:20 to go in the Buskus penalty.
I think Bob Murray's the guy that broke up that centering pass by Frawley, trying to get Quinn with a wide open net.
Up comes Bergevin on a rush to the Penguin line. I think the Hawks are going to be offside. They just pushed themselves right in like the domino effect. They bowled one another right on over, coming in. And so the Penguins have done an excellent job so far of killing this penalty, or penalties, I should say. To Buskus will be into the second one in 10 seconds.
Well, you can kind of get the feeling that the Hawks are leery of Coffey. That's one thing about having a Coffey and a Lemieux on your penalty-killing unit. You can keep the other team a little nervous at times, too. Bergevin taking that puck down the left side for the Hawks. Didn't know where he wanted to go with it. Ran into one of his own players. But Bob Murdoch says that Mark Bergevin is playing his best hockey of his career right now for the Hawks.
Bergevin and Bob Murray will be the point men. Bob Murray on the right side. On the Hawks power play unit, Steve Lutzig, who has a goal here on a power play tally in the second period. Now with Dwayne Sutter and Dirk Gray when the Penguins control this face-off, and again they work it deep into Chicago territory. This has been a club the Penguins have had good success against this year on the face-offs. A lot of teams they haven't. And blasted off the glass into the Penguins in again. Around the near wing. Jim Johnson of Pittsburgh double team. Lemieux over to take the puck, and he clears right by Mark Bergevin. A minute 45. The Penguins should get a lift if they can kill the second penalty to Rod Buskus. Bergevin winded up ahead to Lutzig. Man open right wing. Here's Murray. Penguins in. Bob Murray shoots it. Now by Johnny. Now rebound is shot by Dwayne Sutter. Wide of the target. Lemieux has it. Goes ahead down to Hunter. He has one man to beat Bergevin. Good burst of speed by Davey Hunter. Hunter comes in, but he's checked in the play by Bergevin and got back to cut him off. Dave Hunter is dead tired. He wants off. Lead pass. Graham to the Penguins in. Couldn't pull it around. Paul Coffey will return. The Hawks, though, keep the puck in. Troy Murray. Poke check by Lemieux. Here's Quinn maybe with a breakaway. Cassidy to beat. Got around him. Quinn walks in. His shot. They can't get it off. Pang poke check to the way. As Quinn tried to knock it in on the backhand. He tried to turn it over. And Darren Pang challenged him and made the great save. Boy, the Penguins have had three big chances here in the third period to tie the game. Danny Quinn getting around Cassidy, went diving for it. Now he's at the left point. Cassidy shooting on the Penguins end. Rebound went wide on the play by Troy Murray. And the Hawks had a golden opportunity there. Boy, this game is wide open. Here's Coffey stepping up. Coffey at center goes back into his own end. 40 seconds still to go in the second penalty to Rod Buskus. We have seen so much action here on these two penalties. Still Rod Buskus. Going as Coffey right wing. Hawks in. Coming for the net is Rich shot of Pang stopping. Rebound. Quinn stopped by Darren Pang. Do you believe this? You would have to be here to believe this game. Out the center, Ricky Vine. Ahead now to Savard. Savard pulls up in the Penguins end. Scooted towards the net, and Peter Angelo deflects it. Larmer going for the puck. Larmer winded around for Denny Savard. Savard, left point. Cassidy has it. 12 to go on the penalty. To Savard. Sheeran takes it away. Can't clear. Cassidy, 5 in the slot. Shot, score!
Billy Sheeran had a chance to clear it and didn't get it out. The Hawks turned it over. Vive took his time, settled that puck with his stick, turned around and just gunned that puck towards Peter Angelo, and it went between the legs of Frank Peter Angelo to make it 6-4, and the Penguins were 6 seconds away from killing off the 4-minute power play. That is the height of frustration right there.
Well, they had so many opportunities to tie this game on shorthanded attempts, but it's not to be, and the Hawks do get a power play goal, and it's now 6-4 Chicago.
Well, that's where you want to see Frank Pietrangelo come up with that big save. He was not tested at all during that whole power play because the Penguins controlled the puck for so long. Finally, they get a chance, and they beat him.
So Chicago now opens it up to a 2-goal lead again. And the Penguins work it into the Chicago end. It's shot by Loney and glove by Pang. They'll drop it out quickly to Gary Nyland. Nyland behind his own net. Lost to Steve Goddess in front. The Penguins trying to step it in. Can they do it? They can. Loney was right in the crease. Poked away to the left wing boards. Bodger, 6-4. The Hawks lead to Brian Erickson. He'll come out. Trying to shoot at Nyland without a stick. Stop that, and here are the Hawks 2-on-1. Presley on the right wing with David Mackey on the left side. A pass across, and Hillier read it nicely. And the Penguins go the other way. It's wide open. Here's Bodger, Chicago ice. Drop pass to Goddess. He's belted and knocked down by Wayne Presley. He'll get himself back up. Working on the boards into the corner, and Bob McGill of Chicago handles it. 12.5 to go in the third period. 6-4, the Hawks lead. Crawley missed a hip check on David Mackey. Mackey pulled down by Goddess. There's another penalty coming up against the Penguins. Steve Goddess tripping the call. And here come the Hawks again. 6-4 Chicago on the Penguins Hockey Network.
Visit AutoSonic Center and Collision, an auto center with a highly trained team of professional mechanics. Whatever the make or year of your car, the pros at AutoSonic are capable of solving any car trouble. You'll find a complete service center with body shop and painting facilities to make your car look like new. AutoSonic Center and Collision, the right place for your car repairs. 1244 Dundas Street west to Dovercourt. Take your car to AutoSonic Center and Collision.
Well, the Penguins, after the Hawks had a big power play opportunity. Dan Quinn had a chance shorthanded coming in. Denied by Darren Pangman. The Hawks came right back down and scored, and now they've got another chance here on the power play as Goddess a tripping call at 7:39. Now the Hawks control the faceoff. Denny Savard with 4 points on the afternoon. He has 4 assists in the game. Lemieux has a pair. Here's Ricky Bye. Bye with 2 goals, giving the puck to Larmer. He shoots and he missed the net from the left wing circle. And once again, the 8th time they've been shorthanded in the game. Along the near wing. Larmer had to take it away here. So Savard now going to Troy Murray. A shot. It just trickles off Pietrangelo's stick and again missed the right post. Still alive in the Penguins' end. The puck. Coffey trying to clear. Hit the referee, Bob Hall. And it bounces back to the neutral ice area. Denny Savard, the Hawks center iceman. Challenged by Quinn and Lemieux now with the puck into the Hawks end. Poke check by Cassidy. Right back to center. Paul Coffey of Pittsburgh. Had it. Lost it for a moment, but Bodger helps the play out as he bangs it back into Chicago real estate with 11.5 to go in the third period. And Chicago leading Pittsburgh 6-4. The Hawks again up in the play. Power play chance. Pietrangelo misplayed it. He comes out in front, but the Penguins got a break there as nobody was there for Chicago. Crawley scoots back left wing and center. And he'll bounce it up into the Chicago zone. Pang left the puck for Mark Bergevin. He doesn't waste much time. He hurries it along, but his pass too hard for Dwayne Sutter. He'll still make the play. Glove it, knock it down, bring it to the Penguins in. Sutter throw it behind the Penguin goal to Steve Ludzik of the Hawks. Ludzik goes to the right wing corner. Right point pass. Bob Murray. Left side. Bergevin. Shooting. Deflected. And Pietrangelo, I think, got a glove on that. And a hand pass will be called here. Somebody got a glove on it. A hand pass will be called. And again, it's going to be against Chicago. They'll bring the face-off outside of the Penguin line with 31 seconds to go, and they got his penalty.
Well, there's no question that Frank Pietrangelo made some spectacular saves in that second period, but Darren Pang is the guy who's come up big here in the third. And Mario Lemieux with a chance earlier on a 2-on-1 break really never got a good shot away. Pang had to make a save on it, but the puck just came rolling to the crease on that opportunity. Dan Quinn beaten when he had the breakaway chance and then stopped again later on a bang-bang play in front of the net. Pang coming over to make a spectacular sliding save on Dan Quinn. So he's made 3 or 4 big plays here in the third period to keep the Penguins off the board.
Final score from New Jersey. The Devils win 8-6 over Minnesota. Well, the Penguins currently in the bottom spot now in the Patrick division. And the Devils leap over the Rangers into that 4th position. Penguins trailing 6-4. Trying to get it going here. A lot of time left in the game. Bob Erie of Pittsburgh. Challenged by Savard at center ice as we're back to play. Denny Savard. Now we've got Lemieux matched up against Savard again. Savard whacking away at Bob Erie, and finally play is called as they stack it on the boards. Well, Rick Vive's power play goal, the Hawks' third of the afternoon, from Cassidy and Savard at 6:41, giving Chicago a 2-goal lead. And let's pause right now for station identification here on the Penguins Hockey Network. Along with Paul Steigerwald, this is Mike Lang at the stadium in Chicago. So the Penguins trail Chicago by 2. Hawks on the move to the Penguins end. Troy Murray carries it across. Coffey checked it away. And Mario Lemieux handles the biscuit. He'll give it to Coffey. Coffey got around Dirk Graham. Shooted off Lemieux skates. A carry into the Chicago zone. David Manson back now, and Dave Manson to the right of his own goaltender moves up on the play. Pass to center to Troy Murray. The Hawks have played pretty well here this week. They beat Edmonton 6-4 and also tied the Islanders at New York 1-1. They've got a 6-4 lead at the moment over the Penguins. Lead pass going to Coffey. Coffey wheeling his way to the Chicago line. Pass to Robbie Brown. Cuts in! Deflects it and it went wide. Robbie Brown thought he had a goal, but it just went wide. And again, Pang stopping the play. The Hawks ice the puck. And Coffey back, and he'll touch it. Robbie Brown inches away from making it 6-5, but not to be. We'll be back in a moment on the Penguins Hockey Network.
Once every 4 years, the power, the prestige, the glory of Olympic competition. Make your memories of Canada's first Olympic Winter Games last a lifetime. Captured forever in proof sterling silver. Collect the official Calgary 1988 commemorative coins, available at all Royal Bank branches, selected retailers, and coin dealers, and share the glory.
Well, Bob Murdoch told me before the game, Mike, that the Hawks have cut their scoring opportunities against in half as to what they were at the beginning of the year. So can you imagine how many scoring opportunities teams must have been getting early in the season against Chicago? Certainly they have given up a lot of great scoring chances here today, and Darren Pang has had to stand on his head at times, and the Penguins have beaten him 4 times.
Well, Dan Quinn, who has 3 of the 4 Penguin goals out here now against Denny Savard. Larmer and Ricky Vive working the wings for Savard. And Quinn out with Cunneyworth and Dan Crawley. And the Hawks control the faceoff. Right in behind their own goal. Bob McGill worked it up, and the Penguins steal. Boy, McGill just slow and coming out from behind that net. The Penguins trying to take it away. It's by Cunneyworth, and Rick Vive sends it ahead to Savard. On the left wing to Larmer. Larmer cuts in. You know, it's almost impossible to believe how great a skater and stick handler Savard is. You know, you got to realize he's doing all this on skates, what he does. Back in behind the net, Rick Vive. And the Penguins there trying to turn his stuff, and now knocked down Johnson, knocked down Larmer. There wasn't much question about that penalty. Shot by the Hawks. Here's Island. Rebound shot save. Rebound again by score. Rick Vive and Jimmy Johnson now, and Larmer pushing shove. But the Hawks score another goal, and it's now 7-4 Chicago. Ricky Vive with the hat trick for Chicago on a delayed penalty call against Jimmy Johnson.
How many times do you think they had a crack at Frank Pietrangelo before they put that puck in the net? It must have been 4. Puck came through the crease. Larmer was hauled down by Johnson. Savard had the puck, lost it, but tapped it out in front. Thrown to the net by Vive, kicked out by Pietrangelo. Nyland got it, shot it to the net. Pietrangelo made the save, but both times the rebounds with handles on them. And Rick Vive found the handle and put it in to make it 7-4. Keep kicking that puck back out straight on like that, and that's what's going to happen. But you can't really fault Pietrangelo because the Hawks were all over him, and he's just reacting, just doing everything he can to stop the puck at that point.
37th of the year. For the Chicago Blackhawks. The late penalty is going to be issued against the fans, but the penalties will still be put in here. They pick up the hats here at the stadium in Chicago.
Rick Vaive.
He's had a nice year here in Chicago, his first year in a Blackhawk uniform. Boy, so is Eddie Olczyk in Toronto. Vaive is 37th of the campaign. Savard gets his 5th assist on the afternoon. Nyland also an assist.
Well, I remember when the Penguins wanted him so very badly. They would have loved to have had him to play the right side with Mario Lemieux. He's a sniper.
Harold Ballard said he was washed up. That was it. He's done.
Yep. He had some knee injuries. He had some problems there in Toronto. A lot of distractions. And Eddie Olczyk, it is said, even though he was from Chicago, maybe that was bad for him. He was a little bit distracted at times, too. But he's gone to Toronto, and it seemed to be a good move for him. So a great trade for both clubs in terms of getting the players to play the way they're capable of playing. And of course, Vaive a lot older than Eddie Olczyk. So Olczyk will be around quite a while, but Rick Vaive can still put that puck in the net.
Well, we have about 17,500 pit bull terriers here in this building, all around the Penguins. They're just all fired up here at the stadium in Chicago right now. Barber and Jimmy Johnson both get minor penalties for roughing at 10:53 after the goal was scored. And Barber took the worst of that, because I don't think he really whacked anything back as far as the Pens Jimmy Johnson's concerned, but he picked up 2. Here's Hillier in his own end for the Pens. Beat it ahead by Brian Erickson. And now banged right back into the Penguin zone. Bodger giving the puck to Dave Hunter. Lead pass to Goddess. He is hooked from behind by Glenn Cochran, who hasn't seen a lot of ice time here this afternoon. Lutzig plays it out of the zone and back to center. Dwayne Sutter, Lutzig, and Cochran the unit out. They're going to come off in a hurry. Denny Savard with a 5-point afternoon after being held scoreless for the first 2 games of this series against Pittsburgh. But he has really come alive here this afternoon. Cochran had to come off his skate. And back come the Penguins. Got us into Chicago ice. 7-4 Hawks. Broad pass. Cochran again with a fight. I don't think Cochran realizes. I think there was a line change here. Now it's Hunter breaking back into the Hawks end. He shoots and scores and beats Darren Pang, and it's now 7-5. Dave Hunter getting behind the Chicago defense, and the Penguins get a goal to make it 7-5. 11:59, the time of the goal by Hunter.
Good play by Goddess to stop the play at center ice, and he just left his skates to poke that puck up towards the blue line to Hunter, who had been trailing the play. And Hunter made no mistake. He walked in and put the puck inside the far post on the stick side of Darren Pang. But a nice play by Steve Goddess, who stopped the flow at center ice, then had enough presence of mind to get back and reach out and extend himself to poke that puck back to Dave Hunter. And Hunter scored the goal to make it 7-5. 8 minutes remaining, still a lot of time. And the way this game's going, anything can happen at this point. Anything.
13th goal of the year for Dave Hunter. 7-5 games. Penguins scored 8 the last time they were in here. And Bob Erie now tapping ahead of Robbie Brown. Ahead to Lemieux as one man back to beat Manson. Brown's going to come from the net. Lemieux has it. Beat it to him. He shoots, and the stop made by Pang. Oh, Brown puts that one in. It's a whole new hockey game. But he couldn't beat Darren Pang. Manson fires on Peter Angelo, and the save is made as the Hawks return. Off his right pad. Area of Pittsburgh. It's just wide open hockey right now. There's not much discipline. It's just go for the goals. And here's Savard with a chance. Into the Penguins end. Savard trying to dance around Sheeran. Dows comes in, but here he got a stick on it on the play. Sheeran has it again, and Savard's all over here. Winding around, Savard on the right wing. Fake to take a whack at it. Now gets the puck back again. Going to Everett Santa Fe. Santa Fe turns it over to the right wing corner, and Billy Sheeran of Pittsburgh now as we approach 7 minutes to go in the third period. 7-5 Chicago. Coffey cutting away from Dirk Graham with a speed. Graham's on him. Coffey still coming to the Hawks line. Poke check, and Lemieux takes over. Coffey's inside the zone, though. He has to get back onside. Lemieux trying to get in. He can't do it. He'll go to Busquets finally. Sets him free to the Hawks zone. Busquets coming for the net. He's going to go in deep. The Penguins gambling a bit here. Busquets around the Coffey, left point. Fires! And that'll miss. On the rebound, it hits the meshing behind Darren Pang. We've got a penalty coming up here against the Hawks. The Hawks are going to get a penalty. 6:35 to go. Don't go away. Hang in there. 7-5 Hawks on the Penguins Hockey Network.
Monday nights at 6, it's the new Leave It to Beaver. Tuesday, it's Out of This World. Wednesday at 6, George C. Scott is Mr. President. Thursdays, J.J. Walker is Bustin' Loose. And on Friday, Karen Richmond is the new Gidget. No news is good news. Weeknights at 6.
on Channel 47, Cable 4.
Hawks defenseman Bob McGill gets the gate here at 13:25. A holding call. 7-5.
Jim Seifert of Bethel Park is our contestant on the Stroh's power play contest. Jim Seifert. Oh, my.
Quinn, Simmer, and Lemieux begin the power play. Coffey and Bodger is appointment. Face off Chicago in. It comes to Lemieux. Left point to Coffey. Penguins have 4 power play goals of the 5 they have. It goes to Coffey, and he'll work it into the right wing corner. 9 on the big, strong defenseman trying to clear. Can't do it. Bodger. Look out. He's got Coffey now. Steal by Savard. He's pulled down. There'll be a penalty. Coffey hooking and holding back. Coffey now losing his cool, and he's got to be careful. He's going to get extra time here. Coffey yelling at referee Bob Hill. Oh, I think he may have picked up some extra time. We'll wait and see. 7-5 Chicago on the Penguins Hockey Network.
Okay, we got clothes, we got camping gear, we got comics for the kids, we got the camera's good, and the cat. Where's the cat? We need the cat. Oh, grandma's cake. We need grandma's cake, and the rental car. Honey, I forgot the rental car.
It's all right, sweetie. I called Discount. They'll be here at 5.
For free pickup and delivery, call Discount Car and Truck Rentals.
Hi, Discount.
We want your business, and we'll come right to your front door to get it.
Well, Savard has been doing a great job killing penalties today when he's been on the ice, and Coffey had the stick into his waist, and then he let up with the stick at the last second, and Savard had already gone into his, I don't want to call it a dive because I think he was interfered with, but I think he embellished it a little bit. Let's put it that way. And Coffey saying that he totally took a dive, but the fact is that Coffey did have the stick into him early in that situation, and then Savard went down later.
Well, they'll skate 4 aside right now. 7-5 Chicago, so the Penguins chance to take advantage on the power play doesn't work. Lemieux trying to stick out his way in. Lemieux coming down right behind the net. Lemieux goes down. This is the kind of game, I'll tell you. He shines it. He goes to Bodger. A shot and a great glove save by Pang. I'll be cow kicked. Do you believe that shot? And the save by Darren Pang.
How about Lemieux going behind the net, looking for Hunter in front, but Hunter never saw the pass coming and went past him to Bodger, and Bodger had a good chance, and he cranked it up. Lemieux doing a little bit of his magic as he went behind the net, stick handling with that puck. Hunter didn't see the pass, but Bodger did, and Pang did, and he made the glove save doing the splits. Boy, what a great piece of stick handling by Lemieux. He had Bob Murray turned inside out and backwards.
I wouldn't want to begin to know the number of minutes that Lemieux has been on the ice this afternoon. It's unbelievable. He is out here now with Dave Hunter, Randy Hillier, and Doug Bodger. Face off Chicago in. Troy Murray has the assignment against Mario Lemieux.
You got to figure he's going to get a goal here too, Mike. It's been a long time, and he's getting his opportunities.
From behind the Chicago net, as the Hawks take command of it. Both clubs shorthanded by a man, but they are at equal strength. Troy Murray handles it, gives it back to Mark Bergevin, and now it's right now. Here's Lemieux putting a check into Mark Bergevin. Put a shoulder check into him at center. Right now it's the Hawks kind of backing off a little. Hillier going to Bodger. Outlet pass. Dave Hunter looks for Lemieux. Swings it ahead of him into Chicago in. Lemieux is knocked down by Dave Manson. The Hawks do take control of the biscuit. And Troy Murray with 5:20 to go in the third period. Chicago 7 and Pittsburgh 5. Bob Murray's pass to Bergevin. Lead it up for Dirk Graham. He's into Pittsburgh territory. On the left wing board, Jimmy Johnson smothers him along the near side. Lutzik over, trying to get around. Made the play on Hunter to get away from him. Now Johnson working over Dirk Graham. Lutzik belted by Rod Buskus. Lutzik pulled down. Play continues on. Lutzik with a hand. Play to move it in behind the net, but Buskus will get it, and that keeps the play alive. 18 seconds to go on the Chicago penalty. Here's Lemieux with the puck into the Chicago and going to Jim Johnson. He'll fire it, and he missed the net. And it comes off the boards all the way back into Pittsburgh ice, and Lemieux goes right back, and he has been out here again the entire time. Unbelievable. Dave Hunter with the puck going to Hillier. He's trying to get into the Chicago end. Lost it, and now Denny Savard returns. Savard knocked down by Dave Hunter. And just upended. That might have been a real penalty there. On the pins as Hunter put the body into Savard pretty good. Savard around left wing corner.
Lemieux wants to get off, but he can't right now because the puck's in his end. Now here he goes. He's going to get off now.
Hillier, and who is it? Ricky Vive. Hillier and Vive. And Vive trying to get his helmet off, and they're going to go. Randy Hillier, now the Hawks step in and break it up. Denny Savard, I believe, stepped right in between Hillier and Ricky Vive. Vive trying to take his helmet off and go at Randy Hillier. .4:14 left in the third period. 7-5, Chicago on the Penguins Hockey Network.
Oh, these trivia questions are tough. Okay, Boom Boom. What did Al Capone say when surrounded by the FBI?
Heck it, Bob.
He's right. I don't believe it.
Name the English band that performed the first rock opera.
Who? He's right again. Amazing.
All right. What beer tastes so good it's the best-selling light beer in the world? Miller Lite.
You won the game.
This game is easy. Miller Lite. Great taste makes it the world's best-selling light beer.
At 15:46, Pittsburgh penalties Hillier.
Well, the double minors to both men. Hillier of Pittsburgh. He said Hillier.
Yeah, he did that time.
And Ricky Vive. Both pick up double minors. Ben's out shooting Chicago 32-26. Well, we had an 8-6 game in New Jersey this afternoon with the Devils beating Minnesota. Here it's 7-5.
I'll tell you, they get to watch Michael Jordan every night in this building. It's been like a basketball game here today.
Denny Savard with 5 assists on the afternoon. Savard now with 112 points. Lemieux with a couple. He has 126. Troy Murray out against Dan Quinn. And the Penguins control the faceoff. Paul Coffey giving the puck to Brian Erickson. The one I think that really hurt the Penguins was the shorthanded goal by Troy Murray was the fifth. But it just seemed to really hurt the Penguins. Now Dirk Graham again bouncing around the boards near side. Gary Nyland coming after it. Nyland trying to shoot it in around the net. Can't connect on that to anybody. Brian Erickson. And finally free to Paul Coffey. Coffey at center. Off a stick and bouncing up into Chicago territory. Less than 4 minutes to go in the third period. And it is 7-5 Chicago. Coffey retreating to his own end. Lead pass to Quinn. He's to the Chicago line. Poke check by McGill. And right back again to the Penguin strike. Jim Johnson trying to take off. Penalty coming up against Chicago. Coffey down the right wing. Comes in. His backhand shot. The save made. Coffey gets it back. He tried to center. But the Hawks get possession. And the Penguins will get their ninth power play chance in this hockey game. Oh, gobble, gobble. Turkey time again. 7-5 Chicago on the Penguins Hockey Network.
This is what other muffler shops give you free with one of their brake jobs. And this is what Speedy gives you free with one of our brake jobs. 2 heavy-duty shocks installed. So now, whether you come to Speedy or go someplace else, all depends on which freebie you prefer. The Speedy Brake Special, a brake job for as low as $64.95 and 2 free shocks. More proof that at Speedy, you're a somebody.
Roy Bruno of Charleroi, Pennsylvania, our contestant on the Stroh's power play contest.
Coffey now giving the puck to Lemieux. 3:13 to go in the third period. A shot by Coffey deflected loose in front and played away by the Hawks to the far corner. Lemieux giving the puck to Dan Quinn. Coffey had a broken stick, went to the bench against a new one. He's right back in the play. Quinn with the puck in front. He tries to go to Cunneyworth. Cut up by the Hawks now behind the goal. And Dan Quinn looking for Cunneyworth. Still holds the puck around the Lemieux left wing corner. Boy, Lemieux's got the hop in the legs now. He comes in, trying to shoot it, and it's blocked by the Hawks. They're on the defensive right now. Bergevin trying to shut down Lemieux. Mario holding that puck, looks everything over. Goes to Cunneyworth, a turning blast. Stop. Quinn in front at his chance for the 4th of the afternoon, but he couldn't quite get it. Cunneyworth felt it. And Bergevin and Cunneyworth fight. Now here's Lemieux in front, trying to go to Bodger. Bodger comes over, gets it back in behind the net. Lemieux gets it around Bob Murray. Lemieux stick handles with that puck. What a performance here. Lemieux, though, gave it away to Bergevin this time, and the Hawks might clear. No, they don't. Coffey keeps it in right point. Cunneyworth now. Shot by Coffey and stopped by Pang again. Penguins have 4 power play goals and 8 chances here. This is an unbelievable game. Well, I hope you've enjoyed it. It's not over yet. 2:18 left. What a way to spend a Sunday afternoon. I hope you had a few cold ones, so watch it too.
How would you like to play goal for the Chicago Blackhawks? Oh, my. Darren Pang.
Penguins with 34 shots now in the game. The Hawks with 26, but Chicago leads 7-5 in a minute and 1 second to go in the penalty to the Chicago Blackhawks, Gary Nyland.
Pang almost let that puck on that shot by Coffey go between his pads and into the net.
You think he was screened on a ball?
I don't think he was. I think he saw it all the way. He just didn't react properly to it. I don't think he could believe that he could actually see it all the way. The way things have been going. Most of these shots that he's been facing here in the third period have been within about 2 feet of him.
I think the Penguins are going to call timeout right now. They realize, I think that Pierre Kramer does, he wants to have Lemieux and Coffey out there here for this final minute of this power play. So what he's done is taken some extra time, I believe. Well, maybe not. We see Bob Erie, Robbie Brown out here. I can almost bet Lemieux's going to be back on. But I think what he wants to do is employ Lemieux and Coffey just as much time as he possibly can. So he'll get the 30 seconds, and of course he wasted about 30 before he called the timeout. And he'd love to have us right now, maybe take a break on the TV side to help him out too. But I don't think that's going to happen. We've got a 7-5 Chicago lead. I'll tell you, Bob Hall's been kind too. He's let him be more than 30 seconds.
Well, the Penguins getting up into that area that is the average for the Hawks in shots against. Blackhawks average about 35 shots against per game. And Darren Pang, it's easy to see why, under his performance today, why he has the save percentage that he does. He has to stop so many shots.
I don't know. You know, it's more than 30 seconds, but I'll tell you, all three officials came over. The 2 linesmen, Dan Shackney, Jerry Pateman, and Bob Hall came over and got the Gatorade bottle and had a big sip of water, if it's not Gatorade, to cool down a little bit, because it is fairly warm outside here in Chicago. It's in the 50s. As it warmed up here today with a brisk wind. I think it must be very warm on the ice. All right, the story is this. 1 minute and 1 second remain on the penalty to the Chicago Blackhawks. 2:18 left, third period. And a 7-5 Chicago lead.
The show that's been put on by the 3 superstars in this game has been unbelievable. Lemieux, Savard, and Coffey. And then Savard particularly with all the
Penguins are going to pull their goaltender. They want to put the extra attacker on right now. They're going to do so. So they do it. They've got Cunningworth, Lemieux, Quinn, and Brown up front. Bodger and Coffey. They pull their goaltender, Peter Angelo, with 2:18 to go in the third period. It's a bold move by Pierre Kramer. I thought the other night against the Rangers he had to make that move late, but there was less time than what we have right now. The Penguins are getting good scoring chances. That's the only thing I question. Now Brown is involved here again with a couple of the Blackhawks. Robbie Brown going to the penalty box. Apparently so. And he talked himself right into the box now. Mark Bergevin too. Well, they're both going to go off. Robbie Brown and Mark Bergevin are going to send them off. They're going to send them off on misconduct penalties apparently. Because 2 minutes wouldn't do it. Brown and Bergevin are both going to head to the locker room. Unless he gave them double minors for unsportsmanlike conduct. We'll wait and see.
Robbie Brown. 44, Rob Brown, a 10-minute misconduct penalty. Blackhawk penalty number 2, Mark Bergevin, a 10-minute misconduct penalty at 17:42.
Brown's going to stay and watch the game from the walkway. Goaltender pulled, and here were the Penguins on the power play. The extra man also. Bodger right side shooting. The stop by Pang off his stick. Lemieux took a whack at it, but the Hawks have it, and they flip it back to center. They give it to Paul Coffey. Now Cunningworth right side. Bodger's got to get it in, and he does. He falls down. A good play by Bodger. Pang behind the net. Working around with the Penguins pinning off. Cunningworth, a 2-man advantage for the Penguins. Losing the puck. Bob Murray around. It comes up off the boards. Bodger trying to keep it in. It does deflect to the Penguins. Now on the left side. Here is a man open in front. Cunningworth, he can't shoot, and he's knocked down. And the Hawks put to the open net. It missed. Remember, they can score. And Coffey back with 25 to go in the penalty. Here's Quinn on the rush now. Quinn holds up. Blue line, left side, going to Lemieux. Left shot, he missed. It was maybe Pang got a part of that. I don't know.
I think he did. I think it also hit the post.
Off the left wing corner. Lemieux has to pick his stick up. Lemieux's looking for the puck. Trying to play with the butt into the stick, and the Hawks clear. 6 seconds left. 1:22 to go in the third period. Coffey. You got to be careful now because Nyland's coming on. You got to watch him. Back behind the Chicago net. Pass by Savard, stolen by Coffey. Coffey centers it, but it'll be deflected by the Hawks back into the near corner. Bob Hall trying to get out of the way. Quinn centers Lemieux. He's there. He missed the net on a backhander. Great balls of fire. Lemieux right there with a minute to go and cleared back to center. 7-5 Chicago. 55 seconds to go. Back to the Penguin line. Coffey to Lemieux. How much time can these guys play? Shot in behind the net. Murray after it around the board. Way to the left side. Coffey trying to cut it off. And it's poked away by Chicago. Down to 40 seconds to go. Larmer has it in center ice for the Hawks. Goes to Dave Manson. He lost it to Coffey, and he's still coming. Coffey now had it taken up his stick and blasts it back into the Penguin zone, and Dave Hunter with a half a minute to go. Penguins keep that goaltender out. They've got the extra man. They go to the right side. Coffey with the puck. Flip it towards the net. And deflected off a stick and up into the seats.
Looked like an innocent clearing play by Coffey. That thing took off like a rocket off the Manson stick up into the stands.
20 seconds to go in the third period. And the Chicago Blackhawks trying to win their first against the Penguins. Coffey, Lemieux. That's just a sign of exhaustion right there, boy, when you're bent over like that.
Exhaustion combined with frustration. When you can throw as much as the Penguins have thrown at the Hawks today and you still lose the game, you score 5 goals and you still lose 7-5, it's really frustrating. And it's similar to what happened in New York the other night because the Pens have just been dominating the play, controlling the puck, and unable to finish the plays and put the puck in the net. And Lemieux in particular has missed 2 golden opportunities here in this period. He's also hit the post. He's just frustrated right now, snake bit in terms of scoring goals.
20 seconds remain. In a normal game early in the season with Lemieux, he had 5 or 6 goals right now. Maybe 5. You know, the way he shot the puck and worked it. Here the Penguins winning the face-off. Bonser in front. He can't get it to Eriksson, who was knocked off his skates. And the Hawks at center have a chance here. Bounced away towards the open net. Coffey's going to go back. Savard with 7 seconds to go, or make it Sutter. Coffey swinging around the boards, and the Hawks will win this one. 2 seconds left, and that's it. It's all over. Final score this afternoon, the Chicago Blackhawks have defeated the Pittsburgh Penguins. Chicago 7 and Pittsburgh 5, right here on the Penguins Hockey Network.